getting worse is our internet. Anyway, we're missing Beth tonight, but we've got everybody else, including Goose. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. Episode 28. It's been exactly 20 episodes since we lost Omanya, but we are closing in on the Empire. We're getting there. When we last left our heroes, you returned to the camp of the 5th Legion after looting the Wizard's Tower, putting Oz to rest, and picking up some new friends. Okay. The Goliath barbarian druid Guth and his companions, the automysophobic barbarian dragonborn Brahm, the orc barbarian Tirug, and the beautiful live Goliath Ivester. Over the course of the journey back to the camp, you discerned that Ivester's very much into Guth, and Guth is not at all into Ivester. You had to wait a few days before you could see the acting commandant because of the intense preparations being made for the upcoming full red moon, which seems to be accompanied each month by a massive, I don't know how long, okay, by the massive ghoul attacks each time. So I'm getting distracted by our video conferencing software because people keep dropping in and out, and I know that our producer is desperately trying to make it work. So we love you, JD. We believe in you. Thank you so much.
You're the best.
Us and our crappy internet. Okay, in those few days, a lot of things happened. Guth beat up a bunch of soldiers, got put in chains, inspired 2 of his fellow orc-descended inmates to connect with their heritage, escaped effortlessly, and with the use of some good rolls, made use of a blind spot, born of an overweening confidence of Remans in their fellow's ability, and was thereby able to convince the quartermaster to return his equipment to him. And for all of these things, he was set up by the commandant to fight his rival in lieu of some other form of legal discipline as a sort of recreational kind of pumping up before the big ghoul fight. Talia discovered that because Geert did not have his holy symbol during the last red moon because he had lent it to Talia, and then you all got stuck in some kind of pocket dimension for 18 days, he has been relieved of his duties and will be taken to the Imperial City for court-martial. Geert, who Talia knows has only months of memories, has very little resilience, and having been unable to demonstrate the Temple of the Moon Maiden's kind of effectiveness, as is his job as an experimental cleric in the Legions, Geert is pretty desolate. During his time under arrest, he's been compulsively drawing strange figures and images that he sees in his dreams. But for a long conversation, Talia managed to encourage him with, shall we say, persistent affection and an eventual kiss. And by the time she left, he was pursuing healthy activities and seemed to have regained some of his spirit. So, Leah, you have some of those drawings, and if you break his heart, I'm going to kill you. Meanwhile, Vera continued to command the loyalty of those whose
I will too.
Oh, you don't have to worry. I will not break Garrett's heart. If Josh kills Garrett, I kill Josh. Garrett is my...
So yeah. I have from now until the time that we're back in the studio to kill him is what you're telling me.
Yes.
She will quarantine come after you. She will.
Okay, I know where you live, sir.
Meanwhile, Vera continued to command the loyalty, well, the off-duty loyalty of those whose food she serves, and spent some time meditating on the path of 2 lives. But also, she reached out to Liliana, who has been avoiding the group after receiving some vicious words from Goof that were far more painful for her than even Guth knew.
He didn't. He really didn't know.
Vera and Liliana have been meditating together enough that Liliana keeps losing internet connection. Ooh, there she is. That Liliana is getting close, very close to breaking through to some of her memories and kind of figuring out who she was. Vera also, and I think this is where we left off, Vera spent an evening in discussion with the acting commandant of the 5th Legion, during which time they discussed the benefits of, oligarchy and personal freedom versus military autocracy and strict order. It's fun. So, we're going to go ahead and pick up there.
I sent you a text in response to your question.
I saw it. I managed to multitask. And I read the text while continuing the intro. It was great.
I'm proud of you, Josh.
And of course, now is when I lose it. So that's where we're going to pick up. Vera, you and the acting commandant talk into the wee hours of the morning. And when you leave, you close the door behind you, walk out into the hallway, and kind of sitting on the few steps that lead kind of up into this building, you find Talia.
Busy in my journal.
Busy in her journal.
Oh, there you are.
Lovely.
That took a while.
What are you doing here at this hour? Why aren't you in bed?
I'm writing the reports for the commandant.
Oh, well, you certainly are dedicated, aren't you, Yuri?
Well, I thought I would walk back with you.
Of course. Let's go. Interesting conversationalist. I like her.
Yes, I like her as well. I hope I'm not wrong too, but I do. Well, shall we?
Let's. I'll walk next to you and notice some awkwardness.
Yep. There's definitely some awkwardness.
I'll just stop. Are there patrols of men?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'll just stop in sort of a quieter area, just dead stop. And you might walk a few paces.
Vera, we're going. Past your bedtime.
Yeah.
It is late, so Vera, so you will need to rest pretty soon if you want to get a full rest. Well, you've got a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yes, Vera. It's not your fault. I'm upset right now. It's not necessarily you personally. There's a lot of things that have been going on lately.
Can you tell me?
Well, my master murdered Oz in front of my very eyes. We were lost for 18 days, and someone very important to me is suffering as a result of that. And I don't know. I don't know if I can bring him back, Vera. And I know we can't bring Oz back. And everyone tries to go on as if it's business as usual, and it's not. Have you ever known that your actions cause the people you love to suffer? Have you ever realized that, Vera?
Yes. The difference is, I think, and perhaps I'm wrong to, I tend to dwell on what I can do. And if there's nothing to be done, I've just learned from experience that to dwell on it is dust and ashes.
Well, dust and ashes seems to be what has become of those whom I care about.
And what can be done?
I don't know, but I have to find out. And I will be straight with you, Vera, because I am angry about you. I am angry with you about a couple of things, and I will be straight with you on that.
Tell me.
You don't have any business wandering off on your own without others. You see, you are one of the few people left in this group that I actually care about with all of my soul. You and Garrett are the people that I have left. And if I lose either one of you, I don't think I can make it. So damn it, Vera, you do not leave my sight. You understand? We are equals now. I have paid you the deference that your age has accorded. I have paid you the respect that I was taught to give to my elders. But your actions are not consistent with someone who deserves to be respected as more sensible than me. You were gone from us for 18 days, and I could not find you no matter where I looked. And it's because you insisted on going ahead in the dark, in a place we didn't know.
That's been my life, to go into the dark alone. And frankly, it's been my life to not have that many people care.
Your sons don't care about you? Your granddaughter doesn't care about you?
Do you know, I never once heard my voice say, "Ma, we love you."
They should be ashamed of themselves.
No, it's not their fault. You know why?
I'm so sorry. Can I interrupt you really quick? This is echoing a whole lot. Mary, would you mind muting your mic? I think that has something to do with it. All right, apologies.
Thanks.
It's not their fault that they didn't say that, because they didn't hear it.
Because you didn't say it to them.
I said it when they were babes in arms, and I knew they wouldn't hear it.
Perhaps you're the one who's right, Vera. Perhaps I'm the one who's wrong.
No,
I was raised in a loving family. I was raised with values that are apparently extinct in this world.
I never said I didn't truly love them, and I don't think they don't love me. I'm not saying love is wrong. I'm not saying caring is wrong. I think I might have been wrong.
Yes, I think you were.
And believe me, dearie, to find that out now, when I can't contact them, I can't see them, I can't get back to them, I may never see my boys again. And I don't think I ever told them I loved them.
It doesn't, if it's any consolation, Vera Mayweather, it doesn't help the pain at all. I miss my family so much. My little brother, even that fool of a sister, and my mother and my father. And I told them every day that I loved them. And it doesn't help when you're apart from them, it just hurts. So, since your sons didn't say this to you, and you didn't say this to them, I just put my hands on both of your shoulders. I love you, Vera Mayweather.
I love you, dearie.
Now you stay near me.
We're going to look after each other.
Yes, we are. You should go to bed. I have work to do.
You should go to bed.
You
Rest
you
is not
hear
on the
from
cards
one of
for me tonight.
you hear from a tent nearby. Carl, go back to sleep. No, I'm going to tell them to shut up. It is so loud out here. Carl, you idiot. That's Ma. I'm just going to go back to sleep now.
I think we're keeping the lads up.
Well, we can't do that, can we?
Hmm.
I'll walk you back to our room, and I will just usher you inside, and I'll take a blanket off one of the bunks, and I'm going back outside, just outside the door.
It's a warm spring evening. This is a little bit of a chill in kind of the occasional gust of wind, but otherwise it's quite pleasant out here. You find yourself kind of sitting on the blanket more than actually like wrapping it around yourself.
And I'll spread
Okay.
out the pictures that I took from Garrett, and I'll just start repeating whatever words he taught me to say, and just doing my very best just to meditate on Silverloon and just see if I can get any sort of anything from these.
Okay. Go ahead. Oh, you said you were going to use a divination roll.
I have a 14.
You have a 14. So give me. So it's a. What is your? Are you proficient in religion? So what's? Just add your wisdom modifier, and what's the number there?
Yeah, 15.
A 15. Okay. You have no visions. There is a connection between the Citadel, first of the five, and the dagger that Vera pulled from Oz's ashes.
Interesting.
Now, also give me just a straight. Oh God, I'm not even drinking. A straight wisdom check.
Okay.
It's going real well.
You don't have to talk a lot for our fight, Josh. Don't worry
Oh
about
my
it.
gosh, there we go.
That is a natural
20.
20. I told you it wasn't Fantasy Grounds. The dice are telling the story, Jen. The reason that you do not get much more than kind of some kind of instinctual connection between that dagger and this and the image of the Citadel is that something else kind of invades. With a natural 20, you are overwhelmed by feelings of fear, paranoia, and well, yeah, with fear and paranoia and confusion, with a natural 20, these are not your feelings. They are Barrett's.
Are whose?
Barrett's, your little brother.
Oh shit.
You don't know what the source of it is, but either he has recently, is in this very moment, or will very soon experience overwhelming fear and confusion.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Vera, you go to bed,
Sorry.
contemplating some of those things. Yeah, was there anything real quick?
Really fast. I'm going to try and kind of connect with, again, the, I don't know, ghost of Gideon that I was attempting to do. And for once, I'm not going to try and listen for a reply, but just like sit there and keep saying, you know, I love you. Until I go to sleep.
Give me a wisdom check with advantage.
Oh,
It's a 1.
either. Oh, wisdom. Hang on.
The difference with Gideon is that he said it to you all the time.
I know. I like called him love, but never said. Oh,
Okay, so this is the session where all of these are finally gonna start fucking working.
Oh gosh. Okay, Liliana, you're next, girl.
you're next.
Quick, Mary, before it goes away, roll a wisdom check. Vera, this time without looking for anything, expecting anything back, you abandon the monk mantras that you've been using, and you just use that. You know I love you. You know I love you. And you fall asleep that way. When you wake up in the morning, I don't know how to describe it. You know how sometimes if you're completely still, it can feel like one of your limbs is somewhere out, is in a different position than it actually is, and you are absolutely convinced that that's where it is, and then the moment you move it, it's like, oh wait, no, that's where it is. You get that, but it's of somebody kind of curled around you with kind of an arm around your waist. And you know that the moment it goes away, the moment you move, it's going to go away. But for a little while, there is no sensory way that you can tell that Gideon is not there. All right, 2 natural 20s on wisdom checks. Excellent. This is fantastic.
Sorry,
Okay,
Jeff, one more quick question just to follow up because I thought
Yes.
through. Was my connection with Barrett, was that separate from my meditation over the pictures?
Oh, it had nothing to do with the pictures.
Okay, all right, thank you.
That was something that intruded. I mean, you were actively using your divination, right? Your ability to kind of manipulate sometimes knowledge through time.
Okay.
It was definitely related to that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Guth.
I did have something. So when we were dismissed from the commandant, where Talia and Ma were just sitting and just talking for a little bit, and then I just ended up staying, just Vera.
Yeah.
Did Liliana and I leave at the same time?
Yes.
Okay. As we leave, I would just want to say, hey, you. I just call out there.
turn back to him, like, yeah.
So the guy who said he had the big stick, he told me that you were like really slippery and kind of like staring people down and running away. That you've been hard to find. Is there like a reason for that?
Yeah, usually I'm hard to find when I'm pissed
Oh no.
Yeah, we just lost her.
off
Dang it.
at people.
Pissed off at people. Okay. You cut out for a second. Oh no.
Oh no.
I can
Very
see all.
gross.
Oh, perfect. Just
Oh boy.
awesome.
Okay.
Aha.
Can you hear me, Mary? Nope.
Oh gosh.
Yep. Yep.
She was fine the whole time. And the second she tried to say something.
Yeah.
Mary, it may help.
I can see and hear you.
Gotcha. We found her. All right.
It
I
may
can see
help
and hear all of you.
if you only if you
Okay.
do not move while you're talking. Sometimes the computer gets really confused if you're moving and talking at the
Oh,
same
that's gonna
time.
be hard for me.
So try to stay like in the same distance. Yeah,
Oh,
I
God.
know. If
Pretend
somebody
we're
told
sitting
me
in
that,
a swivelly chair, so we need to sit still. Uh-oh.
I think we lost. She took a sip of wine while she was talking. I think we lost her. So
I always sit on swivelly chairs, and
No.
I'm always turning around on them. Nope. I
All
can
right.
see and hear you.
cool. You know what? I'm gonna press.
Yes.
So
Go.
you're pissed. Why are you pissed off at people? People? Who are you? Who do you have to be mad at?
Wow. Man. In my mind, I'm thinking of Oz. I'm like, oh God.
Dumbfounded
Oh,
face,
God.
like nothing. Just
Yeah.
like what?
Liliana's taking deep breaths for Oz and thinking, oh God, I have to stay calm because if I leave, Oz would kill me. Okay. I walk up to Guth. I like swivel around and I walk up to Guth and I poke him in the chest. Like I reach up and poke him in the chest because I'm a dragonborn, but I'm not super tall. Which is weird for Liliana, who I imagine before was actually quite tall, and so now she's shorter and it's not fun. But she pokes Guth in the chest and goes, you know, lots of reasons, lots of people. Yeah, we'll go with that.
You know, actually, this is what I like usually saw from the people of your type. A little more like just being more fiery. You kind of reminded me of that. I guess I was just a little frustrated when you kind of like hit me with fire and then you just like fell on the ground and like graced yourself, if there's any other way to say that.
Well, sometimes we roll very low.
Roll. I don't.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, if I'm being fair, I didn't always look like this, and I didn't always walk like this, and I didn't always have claws for fingers. So, you know, sometimes we're a little klutzy.
Grew claws? Can you change shape too?
No, I wasn't always a dragonborn, if that makes fucking sense. Which it probably doesn't.
What?
Because
What? So, like, you said something super weird, so, like, being vague about it doesn't help. They're, like, just being like, I wasn't always me, and then I don't, what do you mean? Honestly, it sounds fascinating. I don't really know.
Yeah, okay, here's how it happened.
Liliana, you're starting to get the impression Guth isn't, like, he's not stupid. His occasional like seeming stupidity is not from any lack of intelligent. He's actually kind of on point a little bit.
Yeah.
Your conflict here is one of custom.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if anybody else told you, but I died a long time ago, apparently, and was brought back into this body. So this is a little weird for me.
You died?
And everybody else. Yeah, a long time ago. I couldn't tell you what year because apparently no one in this fucking town knows when anything happened according to history, which is
he
stupid.
Leans over and puts his hands on his knees and face to yours, like you're dead. You're dead. You're telling me
I was dead.
Spirit left your body. You're dead.
Yeah. Yes.
And you didn't go through the Great Plateau?
I don't know what that is. So
you died. Your spirit left your body, and you didn't go to the Great Plateau. How did you die?
I don't. I was on a battlefield, and that's about the best that I can remember. I'm trying to remember, but I'm also
you were on the battlefield, so they probably burned your body. So there's no way that. I mean, it would make sense if you left, if your spirit left. How would you get back in this body?
Because one of their weirdo friends decided that she was gonna stab herself in a circle made of blood and candles and shit, and try and get their friend back because I'm in their friend's body and I'm just here. I'm just dealing with it. This is just how my life is going right now. But yeah, they had a friend. She lived. Frick. Can you guys hear me? My video dropped.
Yeah. You're good.
Yeah, you're good now. You're good.
Oh, good. Okay, because you all froze and I froze, so I didn't know. Okay, so they had this friend, and this friend was apparently really good to them. Some shit. And yeah, and then when they tried to bring her up, they accidentally brought me back instead. And I know that wasn't exactly their first choice, but that's just kind of how it went. And now I'm here, and now I'm in this body. And so, yeah, I wasn't supposed to be here for a variety of reasons.
You see, his eyes are wide, freaking out the whole time. And then you just see him get, visibly angry. And he's like, I hate cheaters. They're cheating the game. You can't put the spirits back to bodies. You get one try at the game, the grand contest. You can't play more than once. And I hate. See, this is what happens when you're a cheater. If you're a cheater, then you have people like you get upset and you glare at people. Okay, so that's amazing. So you're a spirit. Are you my spirit? Are you the spirit that I'm supposed to find? For one, just straight up, was I supposed to find you?
Are you looking for a spirit?
I'm looking for spirits that left the Great Plateau. Are you? And I'm just gonna grab her face and the very grandma thing where you squeeze the cheeks out. Oh, she's got scales.
You can try.
I'll open up the jaw.
If your fingers were not so goddamn calloused, you're pretty sure they would be cut and sliced a little bit. She's definitely physical.
Okay, so this is just another body. That's great. So you're a spirit though. I feel, oh God, I feel like I shouldn't have been talking to you like this whole time. Oh my God. You seem very self-conscious just immediately. And he says, okay, there's really no way to recover what's been happening. So is she still there? Let's just say that Guth gets flummoxed for about 30 seconds.
Guth experiences the first introspection he's had for quite some time. Oh, she's back.
Hi, sorry.
No. Okay, so I feel so bad that I feel like I can't recover everything that's happened. I definitely like screamed at you. I feel bad about you. Did hit me with fire. Does that mean that I'm strong? If the spirits hit me with fire, and then they're like, there's just a lot of internal like. Every neuron in Goof's brain is firing at the same time.
Liliana's just watching, like,
You're witnessing somebody who is not good at introspection and has and rarely engages in it, suddenly experiencing a whole lot of it.
He just like sits down cross-legged and kind of grabs your hand and pulls you down to like sit down with him, just like in the middle of the road. Do you sit down? I don't.
Yeah. I'm at this point like totally enthralled and just like, what the heck is going on as I am being dragged down.
Okay, so when your spirit left your body, did you go to the Great Plateau? Did you? What was that like?
Josh, do I remember anything about the afterlife?
That's part of what you're trying to recover. Like that's
Okay.
what you're trying to break into and remember. Like, what was I doing right before suddenly I woke up in this body?
Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out right now because I am dealing with my memories and the memories of the body that I am in, and there's a lot. There's just a lot. So, yeah, I couldn't tell you.
That might be why you got lost. Do you think that happened to all the other spirits that got lost, and then you're just in this body, and I'm supposed to help you? That's crazy that I would guide the spirits that guide me. I would guide the spirits who guide me to learn how to guide me again when I bring them back, because you're lost, but I'm always lost. Okay.
I don't know. I'm feeling pretty lost right now.
That's crazy that you. Just think really hard. Here, let's just think really hard for a second. Do you hear the song?
The song of the person who was left, whose body I'm in, because apparently she had a lot of songs.
Just like the song.
Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes and listen for a song.
You hear the sounds of a camp around you. You hear the scratch of Talia's quill as she's like 20 feet that way, sitting on the steps that you guys just walked down, and you can see that the tribune of the camp, Aurea, is standing there with a cup of tea, looking at you guys, just sitting there in the dark, in the middle of the street, just occasionally. Eventually, she leaves.
I don't hear a song. I hear a lot of other things, but I don't know what song.
Okay, so we have things to figure out.
Clearly.
If the spirit left there. I mean, I think, hey, nice to meet you. I'm Guth with this great spirit. I feel like I've known you my whole life, but it's nice to just meet you right now.
Great.
Yeah, sorry about that whole thing. Yeah, I think it's weird. I think I felt a little bit of discord, just because I felt
a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did kind of say some kind of cruddy things, didn't you?
See, I know I'm not supposed to argue with you because you're like the spirits, but like I don't know what I said. So
okay,
if there's something like that'd be a big learning moment for me if you could tell me what I said wrong. Because I feel like I've been just like doing the thing. We like broke up the skulls from just that stupid burial for the grass feeders, stupid cheaters. But yeah, if there's something that I did, I'm really unaware. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna stop talking. I'll stop talking. I'm sorry.
Well, since I'm a spirit in a body that isn't my own, you did kind of tell me that I didn't deserve this body. And as a spirit, I felt very insulted that you would insult my choice of body that I had picked to come back for guidance, That just wasn't great. That wasn't a good move for someone who's so invested in the spirits.
That's hard to hear. That's good. Constructive criticism is always hard to hear. I'll take. That's me. I'll take that. That's me. Man, my whole job is to like turn into different bodies and spirits and animals and stuff. Like as a shaman, I'm so sorry. Like this is a moment for me. Like sometimes you think you're doing great and then you just really mess up. And,
I totally understand. How about this? Just never say that to someone ever again, no matter how pissed off you are. That's just like
no skin mention, nothing.
Yeah. Not a good move. You have no idea.
No one needs to talk about the skin. Yeah.
Like maybe when you meet the person whose body this is, when they inevitably kill me and send me to a different body, then you'll understand the connection. But until then, just like don't comment on like whether or not Dragonborns are worthy of the body they're in, because some of us didn't get much of a fucking choice in the matter,
Well, I mean, as a spirit, you had every choice, and I think it's also another thing to explore.
Totally right.
Would just be like just knowing that someone's going to kill you because you're a spirit and you know everything. Like you just know someone's gonna kill you. That's crazy. I don't know.
I know. Like, I'm so ready for the fact that they are going to kill me. It's just I know it's inevitable. It's in my soul. I know.
You are the soul. You're in my soul. That's crazy. You did this whole thing to me. That's so cool.
Yeah, so
you're right.
I'm sorry that I burned you. I was a little pissed off.
He's pointing to a series of tattoos that run kind of up and down. That's what you were pointing to? Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, he's running to a series of tattoos that run like up and down his neck.
Huh.
Yeah. And like you said, like. Don't make any skin comments because, like, you might meet a fucking spirit and, like, be your best to everybody because sometimes someone might be the spirits. That's so crazy to think. Wow, I should be nicer to people.
Yeah.
I really should.
Yeah. Yeah. You're great, Guth. But, sometimes you just got to be nicer to people. And I learned that from, 18 days in the dark with a lot of really obnoxious people. But, sometimes you just got to be nicer to people.
I know. So there's is that what you just sit in the dark for 18 days after you die in the Great Plateau? Like that's
I wish I knew. But no, the 18 days was an adventure in this body when my spirit was already in this body. And I'm sure everybody will tell you all about it at some point. It was traumatic and someone died and lots of stuff happened. So, just all good things.
That's good. Okay. Wow. I've got some reflection to do. I would say that I'm gonna go pray and meditate with the spirits, but this is happening right now. So I feel like I should just straight to bed. Right away. I don't need to pray or anything because
you're good.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is the whole thing.
I'm told. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. You said yeah. So that's again, trust myself.
Of course. Yes.
Sometimes the person who knows the best is yourself.
Mm-hmm. And remember, I'm always here. If you need to bounce ideas and know more about the spirits, and to just
you said you weren't always there because you just did this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like kind of a trance. Wow. This is what I shut up. This is what I should. This is the moment. If I'm going to learn anything, this is. Good night, spirits. I thank you. And then he's just a lot of that back to his tent.
I am dumbstruck sitting in the middle of a dark camp, wondering what the hell just happened and what does this mean?
Folks, this is why D&D is the game, right? I just kind of want to take all of my notes for this session and just set them off to the side so that I can listen to the superior story that my players are telling right now.
This is awesome. Talia's been searching for a god for, a long time, and all she needs to do is talk to Liliana. Clearly.
Literally. Like, what the heck? Oh my gosh. Just A+.
Okay. Guth, you go to bed contemplating how your your actions have been at odds with the way that other people have lived, and it's like, okay, cool, right? We can moderate that a little bit, and celebrating the fact that you've met the spirits. Like this, it's the first step towards like becoming a full shaman, right? You found the first one.
Fuck you, Brahm.
Liliana, you are deeply confused.
I am
by what
deeply
just
confused.
happened.
I go to bed going like, I am a spirit, but I don't think I am the spirits plural. But apparently this is my new life. So, what the heck? I am wondering what the soul whose body this actually is going to do when and if she ever comes back. And like, what does the heck does all of this mean? And what the Great Plateau is, and what yeah, I'm gonna sit down and try and remember anything about that afterlife if possible.
Oh yeah. Because this has been going so well, give me a wisdom check with advantage.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you had an intense encounter with a shaman, somebody who leads and
It was close. It was
20.
close.
Not a natural, but a 20.
a dirty 20.
Yes.
Yes. Finally.
Please.
This is
Hold-
succession. Forget good
Please,
fight.
Josh.
Sorry, Goose.
Please, Josh. Please. I've been
Yeah.
waiting for so long for 20
Well-
episodes. Please.
We might get to Guth's fight tonight.
I hope not. Let's do this one.
Liliana, you lay down, very confused, lots of thoughts running through your brain. The conversation with Guth. Eventually, you turn to kind of trying to remember, right? With kind of redoubled insistence, right? It's been frustrating not making any progress, but Vera's been helping you out a little bit, and this conversation with Guth is right. It's kind of reignited that I want to figure this out. You don't notice falling asleep. There's no transition. But from the darkness, you hear, "Thrall, thou hast at last reached me. What hast thou learned?"
Can you say that one more time, Josh?
Yeah, I'm gonna also move closer to my computer here.
There you go.
Thrall, thou hast at last reached me. What hast thou learned?
Me? Thrall?
Not waste my time, Thrall.
Oh, sorry. My name is Thrall, apparently. What have I learned? I have learned that there are spirits and there are people, and I have learned that I've learned that people are really stupid sometimes, and humans are dumb, and I have learned that the world has gone to shit since I was alive. And man, I've learned a lot. Is there anything specific you were hoping I would learn?
What of the rod?
The rod. I haven't heard anything about the rod. Who has the rod? Who wants the rod? Who has it? Who has the rod?
Hast thou forgotten thy task?
A little bit. I've been a little disoriented. I'm dealing with a lot of memories. Please tell me again what it is so that I can remember it more fully and invest myself more deeply.
I removed too much from thee. The window of opportunity was small, and the necessity for haste has impaired thy efficacy. If thou hast time, return thou with haste to Strahd, and I shall restore thy memory. But never slacken in thy task. Find it. The rod of doom. The Rod of Dukir. Find
The
it.
Rod of Dukir. Sorry, Josh, where did you say make haste to? Sorry, I couldn't hear you very clearly.
Zrod.
Zrod?
Here,
You could just send me a type up.
yeah, I don't think.
It's like at least 7 consonants in a row for that one.
I know.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
I was like, is it wrong?
It's in the chat.
Okay, I see. S-Z-R. Find the Rod of Dukir. Go to Zrod. Where is Zrod? Geography is different from when I was on the ground. Everything has changed.
It may have changed for me as well.
Okay.
Where art thou?
I am in Worcestershire, I believe. Nope. Yes, I am in Worcestershire. Which I don't know about when you were around, but man, when I was around, Worcestershire was fine, and now it is a pile of rubble. So, the world has just kind of gone downhill. So I'm in Worcestershire.
I sense the power around you.
Yeah, there's a lot of insanity.
There is a dark vortex.
There's a blood god now. That's new. That's new from when I was last here.
It threatens.
Yeah, it threatens a lot of stuff.
Escape from thy current danger. Contact me again, and I will reveal my location. What surrounds you now could be a threat.
Great. Okay. A threat to you, a threat to me, or a threat to us all?
A threat to everything we have worked for. Tell none of thy task. Knowledge is dangerous, thrall, and mine enemies shall seek to thwart thee should they learn of thy purpose.
Okay. Do you have a lot of enemies?
Escape and contact me again. We have little time. Fail me not, thrall. Though the memory of thy suffering hath been taken from thee, know that thy very screams of anguish rent the stones of your prison, yet loosened not thy binding. Hurry hence.
All right, I'll do my best. Without all of my memories, it's making it a little hard, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try really hard.
You hear nothing more from the darkness.
I'm sorry, Josh. The Rod of Zrod?
No, the Rod
No,
of
no, no.
Dukir. The Rod of Dukir.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Zrod is where this dude is. He
Sure.
thinks my name is Thrall for some
Is that where
reason.
the Rod is? The Rod's in Zrod?
Yeah,
So-
that's what I thought at first, too.
No, she needs to find the rod and bring it to Strahd.
Yeah.
Bailiff Schmaliff.
He's coming back, making his big return.
I'd like to point out that Bailiff Schmaliff survived the previous adventuring party. The previous adventuring party did not.
Nightmares. Don't think
Which
that
is-
fact doesn't give Jenny nightmares, because it does.
Old campaign things. Anyway, Liliana, you wake up in the morning having made some progress.
I'm gonna go to Talia and go, hey, you're smart and shit, right?
I look up from where I've been sitting outside the door all night on my blanket.
Dark shadows under Talia's eyes. Hair kind of, actually, is your hair long enough at
There's
this point to
still
be
hair.
wild? It's been a while. Like it's been
So it's been
like
a month.
Yeah, it's not long
So
enough to really be
Hair is
messed
like
up.
this long.
Yeah.
This long.
Okay, first of all, you look like shit. What the hell? What happened to you?
Liliana, we will get to the morning in just one moment.
Okay, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Guth, you go to bed happy that you just you met the spirits.
You just hear, just to myself, just like, dude, you put your fucking fingers in her mouth. Like, God, dude, so weird. just kicking himself. Just really like.
You're out of context. I'm
You-
just pointing.
You go to sleep kicking yourself. And as you sleep, you find the you are aware of slipping into the dream, right? This is the capital D dream. And you are standing on the walls of this city, ruins everywhere, the red moon hanging full in the sky, and Gomatug is standing on the wall facing away from you, head just kind of tilted back, looking up at the looking up at the moon. So this is one of the mad shamans who fled, or who I guess wandered off and vanished. Give me a quick insight check.
Oh, you got it. Very good. Very nice. 9.
Okay. He's just standing there, facing away from you, and without turning. The earth is restless, brother. He cries out.
One more time. Sorry.
No, it's okay. He said, "The earth is restless, brother." She cries out.
What do we care if the grasshoppers scream? The grass feeders, they scream from their grave. Who cares?
Not the grass, brother. The earth.
The earth. Well, what does she say to you?
She cries out, and he turns to you. For the glory she beholds. And you can see that his eye sockets are empty and blood is has just run down his cheeks.
Oh.
How goes your search? Have you found it yet?
Well, I think I'm pretty sure I found it. I don't know what I think it hates me. It's kind of weird to say that the spirits hate you. I feel like it really came from a misunderstanding. And like I'm trying to recover that, but like sorry. I know you're trying to do like this big grave thing, but I never found you intimidating. So like the whole eyeball thing, weird, dude. I think it's a misstep. I think it's a fashion misstep. Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, man.
The go job, brother.
But like the other shamans didn't find the Goja. They just found like bears and things and other stuff. Like it just wasn't. This one feels different, you know. Like it confronted me, and she died, and like I believe her. I just have that sense about it. Like.
So you have not found the quarry yet. Perhaps there is something wrong with your eyes.
That feels like the pot calling black.
She is suddenly like right in front of you, and you are staring straight into these empty sockets.
Well, it's because I don't see. I listen for the spirits. I hear their song. It is not for my eyes. It is for my ears and my heart. You know that more than anyone. Or I guess I wouldn't say that.
The song is hers, brother. The song has always been hers.
What looks like you try to see. That's why you are hollow. I don't believe you when you say that you hear the earth. I saw you. Your name is no longer spoken. And I don't speak your name. And I shove him away.
Okay. Give me an attack roll, just with unarmed.
Okay, so now with proficiency to strength?
Yeah, just add a d20 plus strength.
Mod 20.
Okay. You reach out and slam your fists into his chest. Give me one more just a straight d20 roll.
5.
5. Bum. 5. Okay. Your hands slam into his chest. He grabs both of them and avoids being flung back. You do not need the eyes to see what you need to see. And he, in this moment, as he grabs you, you can see his spirits are not here. They have fled him. But you see his form here turns into this huge bear with bite marks and claw marks and patches of skin missing, or fur missing, just leaking blood here and there. And you kind of push yourself off of him, and this bear's head clamps onto your right leg. And give me a... this is going to be weird. I would like a wisdom or charisma athletics check.
So if I have proficiency in athletics, I get to use proficiency, but use wisdom.
Yes.
Gotcha. 9.
Okay. His giant bear jaws connect with your leg and rip something away, and you flail off your cot and go spinning across the floor and kind of stand up. You are back in your room. Gomatug took something of yours. Your speed is reduced by 5 feet. And you know that until you take that back, that will not change.
It was always like them, the weak, to steal from the herd. And I just say that out loud.
Give me a quick survival check.
Oh, you got it.
It's already wisdom based. Okay, yeah, that'll work.
13.
13. Okay. As the dream fades, you do have an impression of the Gomatug is south. His spirit animals have gone east. And that is kind of the last impression you get as you come out of the dream. Okay. It is now the next morning. Guth, you wake up, I guess, for the second time, and you know that the absence is there, but now the time is now the time to focus on your upcoming fight.
I wake up in the tent and I look at Evester. I'm like, do you ever feel like you wake up wrong? You know, like your back hurts and you like don't like something's wrong. Do you ever feel like you wake up wrong? You know, I think what?
Perhaps you find that there is warmth missing in your bed at night, Guth.
Honestly, I feel like it's a really small one. Like there's no room for anyone else in that bed, you know? Not even room for me.
Guth, both of us are used to sleeping upon the ground.
Yeah,
We have no need of these cots.
It'd be cool. I don't know. I feel like they.
She smacks Brom, who's the only other person kind of in the building. Go get breakfast. Shut the door behind you. Or don't.
Well, I mean, you can go right now. I'd say, take your time, get ready. But you probably already slept in your boots, Brom. So, you probably just leave right now.
Brom's going to roll an insight check. Brom gets the hell out of there. Yvester kind of walks over and sits right next to you on your cot. So tell me about this absence. Hand kind of fingers gently caressing the muscles in your back.
Yeah, like right there. Yeah, like right there. It just feels weird, Like I just don't. It feels like I pulled something, It's weird. I kind of like get up and do some stretches.
Okay. She is like, as you're kind of doing stretches and moving, she's trying to find. Actually, you know what? Roll a contested athletics check.
20.
Ah, okay.
There are the rolls.
Yeah.
There you go.
Athletics. Ooh. She rolled a 24. You start to get up, and she just forces you back down onto the cot, and just hands on your shoulders, kind of trying to pull you into a reclining position.
Okay, so like I feel like the laying down was the problem. I wouldn't want to do that, and I'm just gonna now painfully aware. Really talking. And like yeah. And I'm gonna try to get away. Do I have to try and break the grapple?
Yeah,
I guess?
we'll do one more contested athletics check.
21.
Nice.
26.
Oh my! What? Oh.
So Liliana and Vera.
It was Talia, actually.
I'm sorry, Liliana and Talia. You guys are right outside your hut, I guess. Chatting.
I'm telling her she looks tired. She looks like shit. What happened?
Guth,
It is
as she as you try to force it up, as you say that, she goes, well, sometimes the pain stems from something somewhere else, and her hand just goes for your loincloth. Talia and Liliana, Guth just like bursts backwards outside the door, and just kind of lands on the the ground outside and like scrambles to his feet. And a 100% naked Yvester is just kind of standing in the doorway.
Oh shit, bruh. Hey, Spirit Boy, what the hell? What's going on?
It looks like you need some privacy.
Yeah, lover's quarrel. Oof. Rough.
If Yvester looks at you,
it's not fair to make jokes when you know everything, because it just doesn't have there's not a good advantage for you just it must be fun, right?
Oh, sorry.
I please have my loincloth bath, Yvester, please. I feel you know I have a big fight today, right? You know I have a big fight today. Like, this was not the day for this.
She looks at you and tosses your loincloth down to you. Perhaps you should save your strength then. And she looks at you, Talia. But afterwards, if you would like to watch, I have no objections. And she turns and goes back into the hut.
Liliana just bursts out laughing. She is like crying. She's laughing so hard. She's like, "Oh, is that so? Oh, Talia, you gotta take them up on this offer. You may never get another opportunity to watch something like this."
Guth walks up, like holding his loincloth, and like walks up to their group and like puts it on, like he's just changing it for him. He was like, "Yeah, it's fucking weird though, right? I just don't."
Oh, good. Oh, honey. Oh, sweetheart.
The commandant is expecting me.
Oh,
And
okay.
You're gonna watch the commandant? Damn.
Oh, hell yes. Oh,
Mira,
man.
eventually the noise coming from outside kind of disturbs you from your lovely morning, and the sensation is gone, but you are still possessed of this conviction that Gideon he's here. And you kind of walk out as Talia quickly walks away, ramrod straight back, face just totally flushed. Guth is just kind of adjusting the waistband on his loincloth. Liliana is just dying.
Oh, hey, good, honey. So were you like, I wasn't picking up on this, but I was also pissed off and slithering around. You remember. Are you guys an item, or is this a completely weird situation?
So I'm gonna say I'm not a fan of rhetorical questions. I know you know the answer. I know
but
you say it out loud.
If we're gonna have a friendship spirit and person, sometimes I'm still gonna ask you questions because I want you to be able to process things. Because even though I know things, I still want you to be able to process them. By
Sure.
explaining
Does this
them.
need to be processed right here? Even I know that feels like I don't know if this is a thing that needs that. I'm sorry. I don't. Obviously, I will never raise my voice at you. I'm sorry. I'm frustrated. I feel you've thrown some things that have been a little bit like a curveball for me, and
I apologize.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, hold on, Guth. I actually have a question for you because my very smart friend Talia ran off.
The red face one.
I
her head was gonna just
know. Isn't it great? Humans, all of that. Yeah, I have a question. You're from a completely different part of the world than I am, and I'm from a different time period than this. So, have you ever heard of the Rod of Dukir?
Completely disregarding the instructions to tell nobody.
Oh yeah, I have to figure out what it is first. So
Well, I mean, Dukir kind of always talked about the Rod of Dukir, but I never thought there was anything impressive. Not anything more than any other. Dukir, it's just he'd always be like, "Wow, look at that," and I just kind of the guy who would "Oh, forgot my loincloth," and I just yeah.
Okay, I see where this is going. Okay, thanks anyway. That's all I needed to know. Thanks, buddy. You've been so helpful.
Again, feel like that didn't need to be a conversation that had to happen in front of people, but
we're forming a bond here. Spirit and spirit guardian and spirit keeper, it's great. Yeah. Okay. You get ready for your fight. I'm so excited to see it. It'll be fantastic. And I'm going to go and figure out what the hell to do right now.
Yeah, sounds good.
Keep your loincloth on while you're fighting, though. I don't think anybody's gonna be happy if it comes off.
I'll do you proud. You know that I shapeshift into animals, right?
Yes.
So naked animals. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's more of the humanoid form that I think people are concerned about.
I'd be more concerned if you were shapeshifting into clothed animals.
Should I be a bear wearing pants? Should I do that?
Okay, proposal to always play druids as they have to be wearing the clothing when they turn into that animal. So you're just going full Redwall, and then also you're a bear and your clothes are too tiny.
Denied.
Dang it.
I would say that I would walk about 50 to 60 feet away and then just stop and try to compose myself because I just don't even know where I am at this moment in time.
Okay.
Can I go and find?
So, yeah.
Can I go run after Talia, or are you already gone after that?
No, I would. That's what I'm saying is I would have walked about 50 feet away and just stopped and tried to get it together And
Right,
you
I
clearly
do.
wanted to talk to me, so I'll wait
Yeah.
for you because that's weird that you want to talk to me. That's really weird.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
want to run up to you and go, Talia. Okay, so you're super smart, right? Because I'm sort of smart, but not super smart. And you're like a book nerd, sort of. So, have you ever heard of the Rod of Dakir and like whatever the hell that is in any of your books from your parents?
Sorry, give me a second. DM, I assume I'm exhausted at this point, yes?
Yep.
So I'll make the history check with disadvantage?
Yep.
Okay. Do.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, nope. That was a natural one. My brain isn't working very good this morning. It's fair.
No, you've seen some distracting things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have never
Bruno,
heard.
my little brother.
Liliana says the word rod, and your mind just goes blank.
I'm like, oh God.
You don't
I'm
even.
so sorry, y'all. This wasn't a personal choice of mine. I didn't start it this way.
Oh,
Yeah, you heard the word rod and like nothing after that.
No, Liliana, I'm sorry, I don't. But you know who might know, and that's where I'm going right now. I'm going to Lars.
Oh,
If it's not
yeah,
too
maybe
early.
Lars needs some stuff.
Lars might know. We could ask him.
Yeah, I heard about it recently, and I just like need to know what it is for peace of mind and for my own memories and stuff. It's something I remember from forever ago.
You're remembering things. That's good. Liliana, can I ask you a favor real fast?
Yeah, I think.
Do you? This is so awkward. I never thought I would ask for anything like this in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Can you take away memories?
Can I what?
Take away memories?
Can I take away your memories?
Yeah, just a few.
What?
Just like that last prize. My master could. I was just checking to see if you could too.
Let me check my magic log. I don't think so. Don't think I can take away memories. Kind of ironic you're asking the girl who lost all of her memories.
I know. I'm sorry. That was
No. It's kind of a traumatic thing, Have you ever been in this kind of, have you ever had these experiences before? Is this new?
Is what new? I
Seeing
told you my master meddled with my mind. That's not new.
No. The seeing every bit of a man in their full flesh and glory. Is that new?
Well, I mean, I've taken care of my little brother since the day he was born, but not like that. No.
You actually, Talia, you have. Back at Samfelhain's.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I blocked that out. I mean, there was.
I'm reasonably certain you guys had an entire audience with Samfelhain while Cormier
and that was
buck naked.
That was after Cormier tried to force me into a bath with him.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. That was glorious.
Well, you remember Cormier?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. I didn't.
Find your way around.
Oh God. I did something incredibly stupid.
No. What was it? Please tell me. I won't use it against you, I swear.
I might.
It's fine. I'm just curious.
Okay, Liliana.
Yeah.
On the 18 days we spent together in those tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
gods, I never thought I'd trust you.
Wow.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, I never thought I'd trust you either. But if I'm being real, and I'm very rarely being real, I wouldn't actually use any of it against you. I'm also just kind of a dick, but I'm not that much of a dick, okay? You're an asshole sometimes, but you're my asshole. So therefore, you are in my protection for quite a while. You're fine. You can say whatever you want. I won't use it against you. I swear on whatever god you want of the two that you know.
Well, have you?
Liliana, where has all of this been? Sorry, go ahead, Jenny.
Have you ever been in love?
Yeah. I mean, it caused me pain and my ultimate death, but yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
I mean, mine was a weird circumstance. I was in love with a rebel and I joined his rebellious cause and then I ended up on a battlefield and died. But that was my own personal problems and decisions. But yes, I have been in love. Are you in love?
Yes.
With
But I don't know. I don't want it to be like that.
Like Guth running out with an angry, very naked lover running after him?
Yes.
Well, I will tell you that that's kind of a rare thing, and only if you're into that sort of thing. Usually that happens. But if you're not into that thing, then generally that's a little rarer.
Okay. So it's not automatic that, you might just in a moment of, well,
Fitful passion.
sentiment, you might kiss someone and then the next thing that happens.
Usually there's a few more steps in between that. But, that honestly depends on the person. Knowing you have probably fallen in love with with like a librarian or something. And therefore, they probably won't do that, knowing you. But that honestly depends.
But what if, well, I mean, is it like, my sister married a human, like a full human, and they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
But you think it's like a Guth sort of people thing?
What, the running after and fits of passion and nakedness?
Yeah, is that like a barbarian thing? Or
I'm
an orc
honestly, I
thing?
can tell you. Possibly. I mean, there's a difference in customs. Why is the person that you're into a full-blooded orc? Should you be concerned? Are you into a dragon who became a person?
Well, he doesn't really know who he is.
Oh, that's even better. Wow, we have more in common than I thought. Okay. So what are they like that as a person? Are they impulsive and rash? And are they okay? Then you probably don't have a lot to worry about.
Okay.
I mean,
well, then let me run something else by you. So
okay.
You're having this moment of like you've missed this person for a long time and you see them again. And you're trying to be kind and loving with them and they don't want to listen to you. And you have to work really hard at it, trying to get them to stop laying on the bed with a hand over their face and grunting back at you everything you say to them.
Yes. So we're talking either intense depression or we're talking deep sorrow. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Okay.
And then you have that moment of tenderness and love and care, and you just you kiss this person and then you run away because you're scared and you don't know what else to do. But then you think about it the next couple of days and you realize that they didn't say anything and they didn't kiss you back. Is that a problem?
Oh, sounds like the beginning of almost every romance novel. This is quite exciting. I mean, in a situation like this, it honestly depends on the person. And you could, I mean, the only way you're going to find out is if you talk to them. Let's be entirely real. You'll never know anything by sitting on your butt and whining about it all day. And if you mope around and say, oh, woe is me, I don't know what I'm going to do. And oh no, what if they don't like me? Then you're going to be doing that for the next 50 years. So you probably should just say something and maybe talk to them again and say, hi, I'm so sorry if this made you uncomfortable. Hi, I apologize if any of this came across wrong. Hi, I hope you're doing okay. After in a fit of passion, I kissed you and it was emotional. You know, there's just so many different ways you could go about it. And you know, if they're a good person and they don't like you, then they'll say, I really appreciate it, but I don't really see you like that. And B, if they're a dick, then you come and tell me and I punch them in the face. And that's really all you have to worry about. Like, you know, there are two paths. And if they do like you and they're a good person, it'll be amazing. I promise.
But
At
what
this
if
point,
they
you guys can see squads of soldiers kind of starting to move by. There's talk. You can hear talk about kind of the fight that's coming up,
Sweet.
and people are
And
starting
we've
to kind
been
of head
walking
towards.
this whole time, right?
Sure.
So we're getting
Yeah.
to Lars.
So we'll go ahead and do this. You can deliver your reports. So the commandant has those.
Yes.
After, but most people are kind of getting ready for the fight. So Lars will talk to you kind of after this, and we can get to some of those other things.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, Liliana. I appreciate it. And please don't tell anyone else.
Nah, your secret's safe with me. Love is very personal.
Especially, please don't tell Vera.
Not the first person I thought you were going to say, but all right.
Who did you think I was going to say?
I mean, I thought you were going to go with Guth first. But, you know, if Vera's concerned, I wasn't planning to. I won't tell anybody, but dear Lord, if Goose found out, it would be interesting. He thinks I know everything. It's kind of disconcerting as someone who knows quite literally nothing. I know, it's kind of, we'll have to talk about that later.
So the Legion has set up an area in kind of one of the open spaces in the camp. They've got kind of just spears jammed into the ground in kind of a large 30-foot diameter circle. Guth, are there any preparations that you're going to make, or you just walk into the ring?
You're muted, Nick.
I don't think so. I think that I literally walk over to Liliana and I just say, I hope to make you proud. At bare minimum, may the contest please you.
Thank you. I am eagerly anticipating what will happen.
Like if it's not too forward, I also ask for like your blessing or something.
Oh man.
Was that too forward? That was a lot. That was okay. That was a lot. I'm sorry.
No. I will happily give you my blessing. Do I know any blessings, Josh?
What a great question. Does Liliana know any?
I probably know some from back in when I was a rebel days. Like general like blessings over battle, because we were dealing with a lot. I probably remember a few of those.
Okay. Sure. So what do you say to Goose? I'll
say this hundreds and hundreds of year old blessing to Guth. And just kind of, and yeah, it's a very simple one. Of, you know, may our enemies fall before us. May God, now I don't even know. But yeah, something along the lines of like, may our enemies fall before us. May we rise towards victory, and in our deaths, may we reside among the stars.
Guth kind of raises his head with like a very skeptical look. It's like, again, I thought that would be in Orcish. I kind of feel like that was going to.
Oh, you know, My
Sorry. Thank you. I'll accept anything. I'll accept it. It's fine. He just walks away. Like
I yell it
just
after
walking
him.
away like you're gonna criticize a gift, bro. Really? Right in front of her? Like, just accept it, asshole. And I walk into the ring and I just stand there, kind of pull at my leg, which is like hurting a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Talia, quick question. You did not do a long rest, so you do not get new divination rolls today.
No, that's a daily thing. That's not a long rest thing. That's a day thing.
It is when you finish a long rest.
Okay.
Mary, I like that you typed that into the chat from the perspective of your bag of holding.
I know. I think that's hilarious because I'm on my regular one, and for some reason, it just decided it wants to not be that. So that's what we're dealing with today.
So what were you going to say about the divination rolls, Josh?
Do you have any divination rolls left over yesterday? You used 15.
I have a 12.
You have a 12? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. No.
Right.
But if Goose thinks he's getting any of my divination rolls, he's not.
Okay. None of that was my fault. Anyway.
Unfortunately, I'm not a bard and I can't give you inspiration. So
the other thing, Josh, you only have 4 spells prepared for me. So my last one for today would be Fog Cloud.
Okay. So absorb elements, cure wounds, fairy fire, healing word, and fog cloud.
Yeah.
All right.
Quick question. May
Yes.
I please have been standing next to Liliana and heard that exchange?
At this point, yeah, you guys are kind of funneled into this large crowd that's gathering around. This looks like basically everybody who is not currently on duty. And you can see some of the sentries kind of on the walls around are kind of looking over. And then it's like, nope, got to pay attention. All right.
I'm just going to give Liliana a, like, what the heck eyebrow raise.
He thinks I'm all-knowing, and I don't know how to tell him that I'm not because I don't think he'd believe me.
We will talk about this later.
Yes, we will.
If I can say, as a person of newly come to faith, that perhaps it's the fact that he believes in you that will make a difference.
Wow, I don't know if anybody believing in me harder will make me all-knowing, but man, I sure as hell hope so for his sake, because I don't know how I'm going to be able to keep this up.
Yeah, well.
Out. If he survives this.
Oh gods, I hope he does.
I'm sure he will.
Okay. Guth, you step into the ring. Tirug is on the opposite side from you. And you notice behind him a number of legionaries, all who have like bruises on their cheeks and neck and faces. You aren't really paying attention, but you think you might recognize some of the faces from the guys that you beat up and that got you into this mess in the first place.
Do I see them?
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was saying. Is Guth, you see them kind of behind him, and like one of them is like kneading his shoulders.
Well, hi guys.
You get dirty looks and rude gestures. And then you hear the commandant's voice, the acting commandant's voice kind of rings out across the ground here. Stand to! And kind of all of the soldiers immediately come to attention. Soldiers! The outsider Guth's Moloch Breaker has done violence to your brothers. He has struck, and she pulls out kind of a pad of parchment, 2 officers, 4 convicts, and 23 legionaries. However, instead of flogging, Gus has chosen instead to give back to you. Witness his generosity. Today, he and his fellow outsider Tirog will duel before you in a contest of might. Witness their skill and respect their strengths, but stay your envious eye. This is the way outsiders fight. This is their strength, separate and alone. Do not forget your own, or wish it away. Goose, Tirog step inside the ring. No weapons, injure none of my soldiers. Otherwise, do what you will. And all of the soldiers just, ah! Goose, I need you to roll initiative for me.
Ooh.
Here's the thing about this roll. Whoever goes first, so for most of this fight, we're not going to be having the damage because you're both raging. On the first one, whoever wins initiative, their damage, I guess we will, in order for it to, shoot, we're going to have it for the rest of the fight, for this first round to matter. But whoever wins initiative, right, this first attack will not be halved, assuming it hits. So Guth, give me an initiative roll.
That's a natural one.
Tirog rolled a 4. I thought you were going to win, but yeah, with a natural 1, unless, Talia, unless you would like to give him your divination roll. I will allow it for this initiative.
Is his loincloth on?
Yes.
Yeah. Good.
All right, fine. He can have my 12.
All right. Guth, as the commandant kind of starts to wrap up, you've stopped listening, you're focused, you're looking at Tirog, and Talia kind of whispers in your ear kind of some foresight there, and you manage to get the jump on Tirog. It is your turn.
Okay. So, it's awesome. After the 3 weeks of planning I had, this was my original plan, and it couldn't be more fitting. I'm going to bonus action. How far away is he, by the way?
30 feet. It's a 30-foot enclosure.
Perfect. Yeah.
So you have a -5 to speed, but that just means you basically stop right before him. So like you're if you go in a straight line, you can get to.
Okay, sure. Well, first, I'm going to bonus action transform into a Deinonychus.
Feathered raptor.
Yeah.
Medium feathered raptor. Yeah.
Actually, a blue scaled and blue tendrilled raptor as a full embodiment of the spirit that I just met. I turned into a Deinonychus that pretty much looks just like Liliana. And I scream, and I oh.
No, I'm still here.
No, you're good.
I'm still here. Go.
And then I run, and I'm just gonna
grabbing my bolos.
Yeah, you're good. And then I'll just make my 3 attacks on him. I'll just run right at him, and I'll just make my 3 attacks on him.
Okay. So you are not raging.
I can't. You have to.
Okay.
I only have 1 bonus action, so it's kind of frustrating. Yeah. So first, I'm going to do that. And that's I'll just roll all 3. They're all the same damage and modifier. So hold on. So then it's that. So that's an 11, a 10, and a I think that's 18.
18. Hold on. Okay. 18 hits. The other two do not.
Gotcha. And then it's
And you're level 2 druid.
yeah.
That the Circle of the Moon allows you challenge rating 1.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So that's 5 points of damage on my first turn.
All right.
Tough first turn given the situation.
3 attacks is great. He doesn't have a high armor class, but okay. That is your turn. Bonus action rage. And behind him, you can see kind of those bruised soldiers. Tirug, 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 and that's starting to kind of spread through the crowd. He bonus action rages and then starts to pummel you. So 2 unarmed attacks.
Does he get 2? Not as a
I'm sorry.
druid.
No, he is druid 5, not barbarian 5. He rolled 17s on both. So this will hit.
Yeah,
You
for
take
sure.
6. You take 8 points of damage.
Gotcha.
All right, so you should be at, I think, 18.
Yep. I'm tracking.
Okay. It is your turn.
Bonus action rage.
There you go.
Yeah, as he hits me across the head, I'm kind of standing, just like gargling with my blue skin. Tough first round, didn't quite get through him. I'll take, I'll leap at him. I'll take my bite attack. I'll take my 2 claws, and I'll take my 2 claw attacks at his shoulders, and try and like latch in, and then I'll bite right for his jugular and try and get right underneath his jaw.
Okay.
So,
Do you want to go for anything specific or just a straight attack?
I think I will. I'm just gonna say that I'm going to be connected to him. I'm not grappling, but I'm on him.
Okay, you got
like in his face. If I need to take like any type of like make a strength check to see if I can latch on, and like it's not a grapple, but grapple, you know.
Give me the attacks first.
Sure. Man. Yeah, I'll just go for it. 3 to 3. So the last one's the bite. Okay. That's a 17, a 16, and a 19.
All of those hit.
Okay. So he takes
3d8 plus 6.
plus 12. Rage.
Oh, that's right. Holy cow. Okay.
That's a shitty roll.
That
18.
is a shitty roll.
That's a
18
shitty roll.
points of damage, halved to 9.
Can I just say that Ma just whispers to the nearest soldier, Ma's rooting for Goose. Pass it down.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage. Uh-oh.
Okay, hang on. Persuasion. 15.
A 15? Okay. It starts to go through the crowd. Ma's rooting for Goose. Ma's rooting for Goose.
And I just start going, Goose, Goose, Goose.
A smaller but spreading chant starts to go through. Goose, Goose, Goose. At the top of every round, Vera. So right after Tirag's turn, remind me, and I'm going to have you keep making contested persuasion checks. We'll go. Ooh, I like that. We'll add that in there. Okay. Okay. It is Tirag's turn. Cool. Tirag is going to get really angry. Yeah, he's going to get really angry and reckless attack. That doesn't require anything, correct? Yeah, not a bonus action. Good.
No, it just means that Nick now has advantage on him too.
Right.
As reckless
But
gets both
also,
ways.
technically, he's got a light weapon in each hand. So he is going to make a bonus action attack as well. So 2 attacks with advantage. He just can't add the strength to the second one. Okay, 19 to hit.
Both hit.
Second one, a natural 1 and a 2. Oh, that's so bad. Okay, first.
A what?
Thanks for telling your story, Josh.
He rolled a nat 1 and a 2. So I'm going to assume that doesn't hit. He takes one fist and slams it in the side of your face, and the other one he kind of slams down on your scaly hide, but it is ineffectual. So you will take you'll take another 8 points of damage, halved to 4.
Okay. Well, are we having or not? Right?
We are having because we need the first roll to matter.
Sure. Fine. Fine. Okay.
So the first round to matter. So
gotcha.
have the 4.
It's going to make it a longer fight. I'm fine with not having it if we don't want to.
Do you want to just double the damage of the first round? Because we could do that. Let's do that. We'll just double the damage of that first round. So it was 51.
He did 6 to me, so he did 12. So I'm at gotcha.
And you did 5 to him, so he did 10. Yeah, we'll do that. I like it.
Yeah. Okay.
Before you go, Vera, persuasion check contested by these guys here.
Still with advantage or nay?
Still, no. This one's just a straight check.
Alrighty. Persuasion. Oh, come on.
Ooh. Okay. Goof.
Okay. As he takes that swing and stumbles and misses me on that second one, I want to just slither around his back. And as I already have advantage because he swung so wide and fell forward, I just want to be on his back and then just rake across his shoulders and then bite on the back of his neck again.
Ooh, okay, so you swivel around to the back and you just start shredding his back.
So that's shoot. Hold on. That's a +4. That's not gonna work. All right, never mind. Sorry.
Okay.
Being weird. I was trying to do something funny with the math. Advantage, and then 3. I don't think that worked. Did that work?
No, because I don't think you can roll multiple dice and have advantage. I think
That
you have
makes
to roll
sense.
each attack.
Okay, I will just roll 3 more again, and then we'll just do it sequentially. So,
Yep, you got it.
yep. Natural 20.
Natural 20.
19, 14.
Yeah, all of those will hit.
Okay. Hell yeah, I needed that one. Okay. So that's 8. So it's going to be 20 plus 3d8.
Okay.
Because it's the 8. Because it's a d8 plus my 12 from all the modifiers. Because it's the natural 20. Are you following me?
Yep.
Okay. All right. That is 38.
38 points of damage. Holy crap. Okay. Tira is going to use his bonus action to match you in Deinonychus form.
Ah, you coward.
He is going to make 3 attacks. His orc form
Do
looks
I get anything for having been on his back?
It
I mean, he
looks
changes.
awful. What?
Do I get anything for having been on his back?
Not without a particular check or an addition to his armor class.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
I didn't know if we were gonna make position matter for this one-on-one, but sure.
It will. There are just penalties and advantages when you do it. Your claws just rake down his back, and the crowd is just as just bloody furrows go down his neck. The jaws that were initially like clamped here have now been like scraped all the way around to the back. Guth, you suddenly lose grip as now he is identical with you. The crowd, the majority of the crowd, cheer up, cheer up. So he has an inspiration die. 3 attacks against you. Advantage 1.
Are they reckless?
These are not reckless. 16 to hit. Second attack. 20-something to hit. Oh, wait, we're using the Deinonychus additions. I'm sorry, so the first one would have been 15.
Hits. Deinonychus, yeah. Oh, I do have to say the Deinonychus is wearing a loincloth, by the way.
No, it's not. Fine. The Deinonychus is wearing the loincloth. The only way from here on out that you can tell the difference between them is that Guth's is wearing a loincloth out of respect for his new friends who he wishes to cease offending. And Tirek, who doesn't care. Okay, all of those are going to hit, so you take... Oh, God, that critical was bad. You take 17... you take 7... your Deinonychus form is gone.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you just took 17 plus 29 points of damage.
What the fuck is his modifier? Okay. Did he have a natural 20 in there?
His modifier is the exact same as the Deinonychus. So it was 3d8. He rolled 17 on his 3d8, plus 6 from the modifiers from the Deinonychus, plus 6 for rage.
Gotcha. Sure. So you said that was 29? I take 21 points of damage. And I'm Guth again.
Okay. So what's your max hit point, or what's your hit points now?
They're 25.
25. Okay. Vera, contested persuasion at the top of the round.
Okay. Oh, sorry, that didn't roll right.
Oh, that's.
Oh, come on!
Ooh, the Vera part of the crowd is starting to lose traction as kind of the Tirug is expanding. Tirug. Talia, what are you doing? Are you doing something?
Yeah, so seeing that Ma is trying to get the crowd on Guth's side, I will start also reminding people on my side, because we're on opposite sides of Liliana, like, Ma is rooting for Guth. Come on. She'll put stuff in your pudding. And give her advantage on her next one. That's what I'm going for.
Was that the threat or the promise? Like, she'll put good things in your pudding if you cheer for Guth, or she'll put bad things in your pudding?
That's on them to receive that, you know? Like,
if you want me to roll a deception check, I will.
No, that's totally fine. Vera, you will have advantage on future persuasion rolls.
Josh, is there any type of like railing or anything, or is everybody just kind of circling around?
No, there are spears stuck in the ground just to kind of mark the ring, and then everybody is crowded around those spears.
Okay, I'm gonna start shouting Guth's name because I'm his spirit guide, I guess, and you know, it'd be rude of me not to.
Okay.
Also, because Guth is part of our group now, so I'm gonna support.
Okay. Brahm is going, and then like stepping away as a legionnaire kind of shoulders his way in, just like If Esther is kind of standing behind, she's gotten up on one of the roofs and she's just watching with no apparent reactions. That's all of the barbarians. The acting commandant is reading Talia's reports. She's sitting on like a small raised platform, just kind of reading the.
That is so Julius Caesar.
And Talia's wheels are turning, so she's only half paying attention to things, and she eventually pulls out her journal and starts frantically working through some stuff.
Alrighty.
You know what I'm talking about.
So, Guth, it is the top of the round, and it is your turn.
So I drop back into Guth form, and I smile at him with this horrible, like, partially toothless grimace.
Yeah.
So you think the spirits are with you? You think you can see? And I start screaming, and then my tattoos glow, and as I scream, I turn back into a Deinonychus, and I'm gonna claw right for his eyes.
Give me a Constitution check.
Just a Constitution check?
Yep.
20.
20? Okay. Go ahead and roll your 3 attacks.
Okay. I reckless.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure with Guth. All right, that's the first set. Fuck yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
a natural 20.
That's a 10 and then a 23 natural 20 again. Okay, so that's 3d8 plus 20 again.
A normal hit and then yeah.
So that's the bite.
Holy
So
crap.
I go right for the eyes, and then I just gonna bite him right across the snout. Like he's like pretty much like I didn't say it yet, but like you don't deserve that form either.
Okay.
So 38 points of damage.
Okay, holy shit. 38 minus that. Okay. Right, let me get that math right. 38. Holy crap. Okay. You grab onto his face and just rip through. When he turns back into his form, he's got these jaw marks across his face. One of his eyes is now just a bloody mess as the claws continue across. Holy shit. 2 natural 20s. Okay. He's gonna Deinonychus again too. And oh god. Is there a better challenge rating 1? Oh god, yeah, natural 20s, right, in this campaign will turn the tide of any battle. 2? Ah!
Almost overcomes a 2-level difference.
3-level difference, actually. And yeah, no,
You're right, yeah.
absolutely does. Cool. Nothing that gets 3 attacks. 3 attacks on a challenge rating 1 is nuts.
It's a glass cannon.
It kind of is a little bit. Cool. He turns into a brown bear, right? Kind of the closest the closest analogy. What's the adjective form of analogy? Why can't I think of it?
Simile, comparison.
Analogous?
Closest analogous beast to your tribe's totem. And he makes 2 attacks. Better modifiers, better average. Okay, we'll take that. With advantage.
Damn right he does.
First one. Come on. Second one. He needs a natural 20 badly. Very badly. He rolls 2 10s with advantage. So 15 to hit?
Both hit.
Yeah, okay. So first one is the... Okay. Math. Plus 2. You take 13 points of piercing damage from the first one. And from the second one, you take 9, 13. You take 15 points of slashing damage.
Okay. No more Deinonychus. Okay.
Did I roll?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, top of the round. Vera, go for it.
With advantage.
You have
So-
advantage because Talia's helping you on this one.
Nice. Okay, stop rolling like crap. Yay!
There you go. Cool. The tide has shifted. Guth, you have a D8 inspiration die for this round. You cannot save it. And if the tide shifts again at the top of the next round, you will not have it.
Gotcha.
You've got it for as long as the majority of the crowd is kind of on your side here.
Following. Yeah. Yeah, no. I'll just shift back down. Yeah, and I'll just look at him. So you mock our spirits by bringing them to our battle? And I just come in with just 2 huge hooks, just punch him right in the face. Just hit him right in his stupid. You know what? No, I'm gonna go for his iron sides. I'm gonna punch him twice in the stomach, in his bear form.
Okay.
Yeah, and not reckless. So I move this thing over here. Hold on, I'll put that right there. All right. Okay, so first one, if it's just offhand, it's just strength, so it's 9 and then 18.
9 for the total on the first one?
Yeah, so not proficiency with unarmed, right? Are we saying that?
Correct. So the first one will not hit, the second one will.
And then the second one, I don't add modifier?
Correct.
Okay.
So you do 1
3
plus rage, so 3 damage.
Yeah, 3. Okay. That's tough. Damn. Yeah, just 3 damage.
How are you looking?
Actually, sorry. Wait, I'll use my inspiration on that first roll. Why would I not? Sorry, I didn't even.
Yes, there you go.
Totally forgot. All right, that's a 15 to hit.
No, it's a 9 plus 3. So it's a 12.
Well, yes, it is 12. Sorry, you're right. Because not proficiency.
12 still hits. The brown bear has an armor class of 11.
Gotcha. Okay, so a hit, and then that one is plus strength, which is 5. So 8 points of damage.
Did you include the first strike?
Yes, it was 3.5. So 8.
So that turned total of 8? Okay.
Yes.
Total of 8 brings him from that. Okay. Okay. You slam 2 into his bear form. You can feel that the form absorbs the blows without trouble. How are you looking?
Not great. I'm at 25, so he could take me out in one more turn.
25. He's gonna take his first attack. Give me a taunt check.
Intimidation, I guess, with strength.
Yeah, let's run it with intimidation. This one, I'm gonna make it wisdom though, because you are not trying to scare him with your strength. You're trying to goad him.
It's still 10.
10. Okay. He is gonna stay in his bear form and make his 2 attacks against you. Not with advantage. That's 16 plus 17 and a 23. So those will both hit. So you will take 8 plus 4 is 12 plus 8. You take 20 points of damage.
Gotcha.
As his two claws just rake your form.
Okay.
Do I roll again?
Top of the round. Vera, roll. Liliana, is there anything, Vera, you do not have advantage on this one. So Talia has kind of helped out for a round. Liliana, is there anything you would like to do to help Vera cheer the crowd in Guth's favor?
I mean, I'm mostly just still screaming out Guth's name, and that's about the best that I can do. So.
Okay. Just roll a persuasion check. Hit a 15, and you'll give Vera advantage.
All right. Exactly 15.
Exactly 15. Just the raw, like Talia's going around like, no, come on, that's mosh. He's gonna put stuff in your pudding. Liliana, you are just screaming, and the particular pitch of your dragonborn voice kind of cuts through and over a lot of the human and half-orc voices that are crowding the air here. So Vera, give me your persuasion with advantage.
Alrighty.
18 will do it. They rolled a 10 plus not enough. Guth, you have inspiration on this round. You are bloodied.
Yeah.
You're a little pissed because you didn't really want to be in this. Tirug is fighting for Yvester. You don't care less, but you still have to do this shit. So what are you doing?
I am going to I'm going to lean up, I'm gonna grab his head and pull his his snarly maw in front of me, and I'm gonna say, "You are still not worthy. The spirits chose you first because you're weak." And I'm gonna bite him twice.
Holy crap. I will allow you to bite once because the damage is the same.
Okay, would you want me to just punch him on the head and bite him twice?
The damage is the same. Bite him twice. Holy
Gotcha.
crap.
Yeah, and of course, no reason not to.
Go for it.
Yeah. So.
Cool. Yeah. Natural 20 and something ridiculous. Both of those will hit.
Double of 1 is 2.
2.
Yeah. So 2 plus, so it's 7. So 7 for the natural 20 for the first bite.
Because that's 2 plus rage 2 plus strength.
Yeah.
So shouldn't that be 9?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So 9.
2 plus rage 2.
What's your strength modifier?
No, 7.
7. Right. I'm sorry. Yours is not 5.
Yeah. So it's
okay,
7. And then another 3. So 10. 10 points of damage.
Okay.
And if I need to make an intimidation check or anything, I'll use my inspiration on that one. Or whatever check, I'll roll a d20 and I'll add a d8 to it, and whatever you think it is, I'll let you think.
Absolutely. I mean, you're trying to basically goad him out of this thing. So 14, and then add your wisdom.
Okay. That's an 18, and if it's proficiency, then it's a 21. But
an 18. You know what that will do is that will force a passion roll. So I'm going to go ahead and right, because if he unleashes on you right here, you're it's probably the last round.
Almost anything's the last round.
Yeah. Because he's still in bear form, although he has I shit you not, 1 hit point left in his orc form. He had 13 in his orc form, and then you did like 39 damage or whatever that ridiculous minus the Deinonychus brought him down to 1. So an 18 passion roll. I've revealed my dice. How do I roll percentage? There it is. Okay, so on a 60 or lower, he's going to remain in his bear form because he just wants to win and impress Yvester. 61 or higher, and he will attempt to, he's going to drop his form and attempt to knock Guth out with 1 punch, just as a final, like, I don't need this, Yvester, see, look. So here we go. That is a 6. So he will remain in his bear form, and he's going to dump on. And these are at advantage. These are at advantage too.
Yes.
Oh.
Did miss both? Well, that's it.
First hit. Yeah. Second hit. Okay. Both definitely hit. You take an absurd amount of damage. Actually, this is going to matter if the first one drops you. First one was.
He won't put me over. He's not going to do 50 points of damage.
Sure. But he definitely does 5. Oh, that's a good point. Do you have Relentless Endurance as a Goliath?
I have a Stone's Endurance, which I could use my reaction, but I figured that like we kind of have. I figured that it would really slow the whole thing down. If you want me to, for every round, I could just
use everything you have.
Okay, can I? I can't use it in this. I can only use it in my form. So okay. I had 3 options. Could I just roll 3d12 and subtract that from the damage I've taken? Because that's what it would have accumulated to. Because I had 3 turns in orc in Goliath.
I appreciate so much your attempt to assist me to keep the narrative kind of moving. I will give you that 3d12. Did you take damage 3 rounds though while in this form that didn't knock you from the previous one? Although it is a reaction.
It's a reaction. So I took it once in regular and then I lost it twice.
There is a maximum though on some of the ones that carried over that you could negate, because you can only negate damage taken to your form.
Whatever you call it, Josh.
It only matters if you've kept a record of like, I had this much, and then I had this much, and then I had this much.
I actually do have it in my notes, yeah.
Okay, so figure out how much damage has carried over from your 2 animal forms.
So, the last one that knocked me out of my Deinonychus was 1 point. Really sucked.
Okay,
yeah.
So let's restore that one. So give yourself 1 more hit point back.
Well, it was at least 1. Okay, so there was
right, so we'll allow you to roll a d12 on that, and it can't restore more than 1 or less than 1. So you're at 6 hit points, and you've got 2 d12 to spend against the other damage that you've taken.
Gotcha.
And I think all of the rest of it, you did take 1 big round. So just roll 2 d12, and we'll add it to whatever your current is.
Sounds good.
I think I'm satisfied with that.
It's not going to help. Yeah.
Okay.
6.
So 12. So you regain. I'm sorry.
I regained 6. So I'm at 30. Jesus. 35.
You're at 30. How are you at 35?
No, 35 wound. Whatever. Honestly, the wound is more frustrating.
Yeah. So you should have 12 hit points, I think.
Yes.
Okay. So you have 12 left. Here we go. Bear, he hits you twice, so it's going to be a D8.
And I can do it this turn too, so I will.
And you can do it this turn. So let me give you the total first, and then we'll reduce the damage. So he rolled a total of 7 on the dice, plus 4 from rage, plus 8, so 19 points of damage. So
Okay,
you
so
need
you
to
roll-
you need to roll a 7. No, you need to roll a full 8, actually. 6. Okay. You reduce the damage. 13 points carries over, but he will not savage your unconscious body. So 2 swipes just slam you, one down to your knees as you spit defiance back at him, and the second one just clobbers the side of your face, and the claws go across, and you just hit the ground. Ah, Tira! There are lots of very bruised and
Guth
and
is smiling.
Oh, absolutely. Okay.
I will immediately run down. No, never mind. I'm busy. Screw that.
Okay.
Be fast. Look at investor.
Yes. Give me an insight check as Tira kind of turns and just bear roars straight into the face of the crowd, and a bunch of the legionaries actually take a step back before continuing their Tira chant. 16. She is surprised. And she is definitely she's looking at this raging bear in a different light.
Okay.
Okay.
This might have been a
eventually-
ruse.
What is it?
This might have been a very successful loss.
I mean, yeah. It's only literal skin off Tira or Guth's back. So Tira transforms back. He is swarmed with refreshments and whatnot. He looks over at Yvester and just kind of nods, and then makes his way off through the crowd. Talia, you said you were doing what?
Well, I'm probably having a meltdown at the moment. It's fine. I don't even know what's going on in the arena anymore. I've realized the light bulb has gone off.
Guth is bleeding out, but a couple of Legion cutters. Oh, Vera, are you gonna?
And Chochi's there
Put
too.
up and medicine check on him.
Okay, so yeah, couple of Legion cutters kind of hurry over, pulling out bandages. But you can get there first. Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Not going to be great, but I'll try.
It doesn't matter. You and the cutters together are not going to fail 3, and Guth fails 3 in a row. Yeah. Okay. Guth is stabilized. Eventually, you guys kind of get him back to consciousness. Guth, as you kind of come back, people are crowding around you. Vera's there, kind of patting your cheek, and you see Yvester kind of comes over through the crowd, looks down at you. Perhaps you were right. Still, would have been fun. And she turns and strides off.
I'm just going to lean over to Goose and say, I think you're free, young man.
Well, I sometimes you like wake up after being passed out wrong. Like my neck fucking hurts. I'll sit up and I'll kind of like look at Yvester, and I'll say,
You're looking at her back as she walks away.
"Sure," and I'll just say, "Take care of the Echo. They need you."
She turns back and looks at you. When you find your spirits, return. You lost, but you're not weak, and the Echo will need you as well. The Sky Brothers are missing. Without the Sky Brothers, there can be no fighting, and without fighting, we will grow weaker. Find the spirits and return. Perhaps we will discover the Sky Brothers together. She
Look to
turns
the
and-
sky. You'll see me then. I'll bring them back.
I will look to the sky. She turns and walks off. All right. You guys rest, recuperate.
Oh, well, we're just resting now. Yeah. What are you at, Talia?
I am making a beeline for the commandant.
Okay, can I go talk to Taruk first? Just because it would be right after the fight.
Yep.
Like still bleeding, literally. Like
Leontio's voice goes across the crowd. Right? No. What? Shouting. Right? The accent's totally different now. She shouts at everybody to right. Watch has changed. Right. Cycle through. Get back to work. We've got a lot of preparations to do before in the next couple of days. Talia, you make a beeline for her as she kind of rolls up her scrolls. Guth, you run after Tira. You find him. He's just taking water and just cleaning off. Right? You guys are from the plains, which means that you understand extraordinarily well the dangers of infection. So he is cleaning his wounds very, very well.
I just walk over and I say, "Well fought," and then I just take off all my equipment and I throw it at his feet. These are yours.
As you kind of walk in, he kind of stands up and looks at you, kind of jaw thrust forward. Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Sorry, I'm just gonna roll it twice.
That's fine.
Not gonna be good.
I mean, that was a natural 20. -2. But I'm gonna honor the natural 20. His jaw, like initially, is thrust forward, and he glares at you, kind of daringly, and he's a little puzzled by this. Right? You can tell he clearly expected some rancor, some bitterness, some like continuation of the rivalry. What's in your equipment that you throw down before him?
All of it. And I would say he's not confused
but what's in it?
I don't have a list of that right now. I guess is it just on my
Inventory
inventory?
tab.
Well, not my loincloth. I'll probably hold on that one.
Thank
my warhammer, my bone shield, my like shaman stuff. Like I take all of it off, and then I just say, "As well learned, this is yours. You win."
After kind of a little bit of confusion, he reaches down and just kind of snaps a sharp spike off of your the bone shield that you threw down before him. Reaches out, grabs, like just kind of sticks his hand in some of the blood that's running down you, smears it on it, takes out like a leather thong, wraps it around it, and kind of ties it to part of his. He's not wearing anything above, just kind of to his belt. And he says in Orcish, because that's all he speaks. You will need the rest to complete your trial. When you make it back to the Echo, I will take the rest. For now, this will be enough.
Oh, I thank your benevolence. When I get back to the Echo, I'll take that back and maybe one of these too. And then I laugh and kind of like,
oh yeah, oh no. I look forward to it. And he claps you on the shoulder and kind of scoots the kind of the cleaning, like the rags, the bandages, the water, kind of over to you, nods and leaves.
Well, I'll like clap his hand like Beastmaster style.
Oh yeah.
Everything.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll say, you missed the spot. I got you pretty good on the back.
You did, but I want that one to scar.
Oh. Well, you've got gonna have a bit of an audience for that part, is what I'm saying.
He laughs, big orcish laugh, and you leave. You're fairly certain that that enmity that you never felt, but he seems to think that he has bested you. This is kind of he's proved his dominance, and now you can be friendly. There is no question of the relative strength between you.
Good.
All right. Talia, you make a beeline for the commandant. Liliana, are you doing anything in particular here, or we're going to finish up with Talia and then we'll move on to just kind of our downtime here?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have anything in particular.
Okay. Talia, you make a beeline for the commandant. Talia, this is for excellent. This is exceptional quality work. I do actually, sorry, as the DM, Jenny, not Talia, Jenny actually wrote these reports. Like, I've got like 5 pages, like single spaced, of writing from this.
Hey, girl.
It's I mean, that's also her letters that she sent home, which she also wrote out. So I just want to say that because holy crap, Jenny, thank you so much.
You're
That's
welcome.
awesome.
And if anyone's interested, I'll share the link to the iconic Twitter page so people can see them if they want.
No,
Unless my DM says otherwise. Sorry.
no, that's fine. I don't care.
Okay.
Anyway, I wanted to give Jenny a shout out for that because that's ridiculous and awesome. These are so this is the commandant and Josh talking. These are excellent. This is all the information that we needed, and I thank you particularly.
No.
We will of course kill your master on sight if he has been raising the dead, as you say Shoji has reported. So you have nothing to fear from him while you are here. Jenny, I don't know if there was intended consequences, but like Shoji lying and convincing you guys that he raised the undead, like the Freemans are oath bound to basically destroy necromancers on sight. So
that wasn't intentional because I didn't know that, but I was just relaying what Shoji said, and Talia, for the record, doesn't believe that.
Sure. That's why in the Google Doc that you shared with this, like I just have like ha 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 after that because I thought that was great. Anyway, continue.
I'm sorry, my lady, but
Commandant will do.
There's more. Did you read the part about the elf that was lurking?
Yes, so the one that you suspect was your master. So it is not out
I just shove a piece of paper at her, in which I have taken the names and I've combined the letters and I've deciphered the anagram, and there is his name spelled out.
Yep. Talia has realized that Fern Renhyrek, something like that. The name that Kingrave mentioned in his notes of his elf assistant who tried to steal some of his research several hundred years ago is an anagram for Kelfir Thyrin. So that was the email I got from Jenny labeled "You devious bastard." Also, I love you. That was special.
Yes. Well, I was at work at my job, this really boring that I hate. And I opened, I got your text when I was on my break. And I opened the doc to look at it. And I was like.
Yeah. Yes. She takes a look at it. All right. Yeah. I mean, tracks, he's an elf. He could be several hundred years old.
Yeah. I should have noticed it sooner. I'm sorry. I was distracted. I
don't see that it changes anything in particular. You already know that he was after this rituals that the older wizard had prepared.
I doubted that personally myself, but I don't anymore. But perhaps, Commandant, Perhaps the fact that I possess all of Kingrave's research would be helpful in keeping him from knowing what he's doing. I don't know. He's far smarter than I am.
You wish us to hold on to the research?
No. I'm saying that maybe that will help keep him from performing the ritual. I don't know.
Yeah, perhaps, but if he was involved with Kingrave on the low levels when he was developing the ritual, there's a possibility he will not need the notes. Also, from what you tell me, perhaps he is smart enough to be cautious enough to not attempt it without the notes, or he may be so arrogant as to think that he can do it with the notes. So really, this changes nothing. We will keep an eye out for him. Now we will no longer seek to detain him. We will simply annihilate his stink from the earth. So if there's nothing else, you have much work to do.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'll see you later. I'll come and help.
Do you and your friends intend to fight in the battle?
What?
The battle. I'm sure I mentioned it or somebody mentioned it. All of the preparations for the full red moon in 2 days. Yes.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, of course.
You are not under my command, and I cannot make you fight, but should you and your friends wish to contribute, I will find a place on the line for you.
I cannot speak for my friends, as I have said to you before, ma'am.
Of course. Stefan has spoken of your arcane potential. What about your own self?
I, of course, will fight. If it is not too forward of me, will you
As I
give
said, there's
Garrett
not
his
much
symbol
time,
back?
so please.
Will you give Garrett his symbol back?
Of course.
Will you let him help?
Of course. Garrett is under arrest, but he is still a soldier, and I will not waste his abilities that could save lives in battle. I'm a commandant. I am not, but I'm an acting commandant only, but I am not stupid.
No, I never thought you were. May I request a place on the line near him?
Gert will not be on the line. We will be placing Gert with the medical tent, where he will treat the more seriously wounded. Yes, I understand.
He will not be on the line.
He will not be on the wall or the gate. He will be back a ways.
All right.
Good.
Thank you.
Have word sent to me if your friends wish to contribute as well. None of you are trained by the Legion, so I cannot put you in the shield wall, but we can place you fighting together as an auxiliary group should breakthroughs happen. Excellent. Said word to me. Thank you again for the reports. These are excellent, and
You're welcome.
we'll see you in the same few days.
All right. You don't want me to come by the office later?
I assumed that you would be continuing your regular duties. I apologize if that was rude. All right.
No.
Yes, so I will see you later today, actually, if you can. Excellent. After after the midday meal, come to my office.
Yes.
Right. Okay, and we are going to move into some downtime. You guys have 2 days. The camp is furiously preparing. You see more barricades being. When you guys first came into the camp, you noticed new barricades had been created that could be easily kind of dropped or dragged across some of the main avenues in the camp, kind of built as they have multiple fallback positions. So the camp is furiously preparing. You guys have 2 days to prepare as well. Talia, you sent me a list. Nobody else did. So if you guys want to take just a quick moment to think and get what you want to do kind of in order there.
For just 2 days?
Yeah, you've got 2 days to make these preparations.
One thing, just to speak to our wonderful listeners, I totally messed up Stone's endurance, but with my first roll, the result would have been exactly the same. So we're good. But I did just catch that to
And
other people.
And I will say in Nick's defense that druiding is hard enough without barbarian on top of it.
So,
okay. So
And in
Talia,
fact, I have one more thing to say to Lars too, given the new information that I have now. So we'll get to that when we do.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we'll get to that. Okay. Now your things were spread out over an 8 email chain. So here we go. You're working with Aria. You are still exhausted, so you're not doing kind of as high quality work. Aria, it's still preferable to the kind of anal retentive manner of her actual Legion scribes. So she works with you as before.
Okay.
There's really, I mean, there really is never like emotion involved in kind of the work that you do. It's very matter of fact. I mean, she is an academy trained Kriegwanzer, not a commandant. She knows how to be second in command, not really first in command. Yeah, some mistakes. You've meditated on the drawings. You've got kind of that one connection between them. Powdered silver, dye, and needles. Give me an investigation check. Basically, the quartermaster is just like, look, we don't really have... those aren't really what we go out to gather, but you're welcome to look through and see if there's anything in the uninventoried supplies so far that matches what you want. So let's call it...
Is this still at a disadvantage?
Let's call it like this. Are you doing this the next day? Because you can take a full rest tonight.
Yeah, I was going to do that. Yeah.
So let's call it like this. 10 and you can get one of those. 17 and you can get two. And 22 and up and you can get all three.
Okay. And it's just
Oh,
a straight
Straight
investigation.
investigation check. You know what? Shoji will help you out. She's kind of bored.
Okay.
So she'll help you out and you'll have advantage.
Sweet. Thanks, Shoji.
You're welcome. Based on recent events, I assume we're no longer planning to kill Liliana. That's just out at this point.
Yes, that's out. Yes, that's out.
Just totally out.
Yes. Shoji,
Okay.
it is totally out.
I really wanted to make sure. Sometimes I'm not so good at kind of the non-verbal cues, so I wanted to make sure this wasn't it's out. It's just okay. It's fine. It's out.
Can I roll an insight check just into what her deal is?
You cannot roll an insight check while I am making shit up for Beth's character.
Okay. So that was only a 12.
It's only a 12? Okay. 12. What did I say?
You said 10 and over, and I get 1.
10. Okay, which one do you want? Would you like powdered silver, purple or blue dye, or needles?
I want the silver.
You want the silver? Okay. You have powdered silver. Can I know what it's
How much
for?
is that going to cost me? You know what it's for, you said? Or you don't know what it's for?
No, I want to know what it's for so that I know whether I need to say you have this many uses of it or you just have some powdered silver.
Okay. So basically what Talia is going to do, because of the fact this is already a trajectory that I started with my character way back in the Lyra days.
Sure.
Not doing it with blood this time, but Talia has every intention of having Garrett help her with the tattoo.
Okay.
And the silver is to give it some extra heft. Because what I'm hoping for is to be able to have the tattoo act as a holy symbol.
Ah. Okay. So you've learned from Maya and Cormier's attempt to like ruin your wizard spell book that okay, whatever I can make permanent is going to be permanent.
Yes.
I love godly tattoos. Godly tattoos are my favorite.
You're going to start tattooing your spells, your spell pages, like on. It's just like, oh god, oh, I've got it.
What kind of wizard did you think I was going to design, Josh?
They'll be like science book diagrams. It'll say like figure G on here, and you'll like look at it, you know.
And you have to have an assistant, and you say, "Look at my back and tell me what those runes are, please."
Yeah. Your TA is helping you out, basically.
Yeah.
You got like one of those mirrors where you can like see the back of your hair for like a hair, like you're just like.
You have the double mirror. You're like holding one back here and one up here,
and reading backwards.
Yeah,
that's great.
I love that. That's awesome.
So you've got your silver, and you get. I believe your agreement with the acting commandant was that you can spend kind of the midday meal times with Garrett. So you can you can take his food to him, and you can spend kind of that.
Well, she didn't
hour.
say which meal. She just said I got one meal with him.
Okay, sure. So you get those meals. Garrett he's a healer. He's not a cutter. Like he's not practiced with like surgical equipment and whatnot.
That's what the needles were for.
Sure, he's not great at it, but sure, he'll help you. He's not going to give you a full advantage. He will give you, although you are a calligrapher. So sure, with his help and your calligraphy skills, sure, you can have advantage on that. And what are you tattooing Illyriel's holy symbol or Silhalun's?
No, Illyriel is too much baggage, and I'm actually switching arms too, which is the other reason I wanted Garrett's help, because I'm doing it with my non-dominant hand.
Okay. Oh no. Cool. We're gonna call it a straight roll then.
I've met a person who tattooed their own tattoos. It didn't turn out super well.
However, we can call this the second day if you want a couple of divination rolls.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give me your divination rolls for today.
Okay. But I didn't get the ink, but I have another idea about that. So
sure. I mean, there's a variety of things that you can use.
So that's a 4.
A lot of them you shouldn't use. I don't know a lot about tattooing, but in general, when you're like sticking, just be careful.
You can use.
There
are a lot of different plants that you can use for tattoo ink. There's a lot of like different things that you can do.
None of which we are going to mention by name on the stream.
Right.
None of us are tattoo artists. We don't.
I will say that I did some preliminary research, and by and large, the experts say silver is a really bad idea because it's toxic. And I say, fuck you, this is fantasy.
Good.
We'll take that. The fantasy world.
And my goddess will protect me from something.
Right now, we're going to try. So, would you like to try a straight roll or use that divination 16?
What am I adding to this? Is it Dex?
You know what? I'll give you Dex. Let's do it this way. I will give you Dex or your proficiency bonus, whichever is higher.
Dex or the proficiency. And what stat would I use otherwise? Oh, just the proficiency?
Right. So it's going to be a D20 either plus your dexterity or plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay. So I will do it plus the proficiency.
Okay. So D20 plus
and I'll
3. Do you want to use the 16?
I'll use the 16. So that would be a 19. 16? And this might
19.
be a multiple day thing. I don't know. But I would also, if it helps at all, I will use some of the ink. I will use some of the ink for my spells. The very fine ink.
Oh, there you go. Right, yeah, you've got that ink.
Mm-hmm.
Silver, cool. I will be doing some research after this. But yeah, you've got kind of the outline and some of it filled in. You'll need to work on it a bit more at a different time. You and Garrett kind of have like 20, 30-minute stretches. So you've got kind of the outline and kind of the design in there, but you can work on that some more later. No big goof ups or whatnot.
Since
so yeah,
I did go to Garrett, how is his manner?
Garrett's fine. He has no idea how to do what you're asking him to help you do, but also it's something very specific to do, and right, it's a very intense thing. And he enjoys doing it as both a distraction and something to kind of sink his mind into and concentrate on. But he also definitely enjoys doing it with you.
Okay. Okay.
He doesn't mention anything about the kiss. He doesn't make any moves. It's
okay.
Yeah. You can give me an insight check if you want to know more.
Sure.
I don't know why I offered that as like an option, like you were going to say no. No, I don't want free information.
Maybe I don't. We'll see what the dice say. Yeah, maybe I don't. That's a 2 plus 4, so.
Cool. It's those meals, right? They're kind of nice, right? You both have something to focus on. There are long stretches of silence where both of you are very much in your head and very much have no idea what's going on in the other person's head.
Yep. I would ask him just tentatively the first day. I would say, so did you get drunk?
Did you get drunk?
Because the commandant told us a very elaborate story about someone getting drunk and not being able to do what they were supposed to do. And I had succeeded on the insight check my first visit with Garrett, and I felt like he was holding something. There was something else that was bothering him. And Talia, in her mind, was kind of like connecting those two things.
Did the commandant say that I got drunk?
No, she just used it as an example.
An example of what?
So you didn't. That's all I'm asking.
I mean, I have been a little tipsy before, but not for on duty.
Okay. No, so she just was using it as an example to answer Vera's question. We were fighting really hard for you, Garrett, and of course it didn't do any good, but you knew it wouldn't. So but we tried. I tried and Vera tried.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's just I like having you here as a friend. It's and he goes back to trying to do the tattoo. Okay, so you also wanted to request a couple of spells from Lars. You wanted counterspell and what was the other one?
Sending.
Sending.
Which I can't cast third level spells until I level, but
give me a persuasion check. You are speaking with an officer, so you could use that inspiration die that I gave you for writing the reports.
True. Well, I'll roll first and see how it goes. Well, I won't wait. I'll just roll and see what the roll is. Yeah, I'm adding that inspiration.
Yeah, you should probably.
11.
11. Cool. They're not going to give you sending. They'll give you counterspell. It's going to cost you 150 gold.
Okay.
But yeah, you've got you have a you have that spell in your book. At some point, you'll need to spend some time to actually learn it and kind of convert from Lars's kind of magical code into whatever kind of equations make sense to you. So just put that as a note. When you get third level spells, you will not just immediately be able to prepare counterspell. You'll need to spend that normal time to kind of learn it.
The whole time of like transcribing it and stuff is you familiarizing yourself with the original.
Right, but I don't think that you can actually. I correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think a wizard can add to their spell book a spell that is not of a level that they have slots for. Specifically because you're not at the level where you actually understand it. So what Lars does is he has one of his hexen, like basically write out the code in his personal equations and symbology and explains to you kind of how to unlock that.
Okay.
When you want when you get the spell slot and you want to add that to your book, you don't need to spend the gold, but you do need to spend kind of the time to then familiarize yourself with the spell. So you've got counterspell. We'll say essentially you've got a scroll of counterspell.
Okay. And then while I have Lars, I would ask him if he has the capacity to send a message.
The Legion does. The Legion does. His explanation to you is that at the moment they don't want people not bound by Legion oaths being able to send in any information like out of the camp like that to anybody on this plane.
And I'll say that I completely understand that, but I wondered if he might be willing to send a message for me. With the Commandant's approval, of course.
I'm role playing off of the low persuasion roll.
Sure.
Sendings are so the Legion has two ways of communicating with the Empire. Like for reports, requisition orders, longer things like that, it's snail mail that takes, it travels with the baggage train. Sendings, and it might get eaten by snails. Right. Slots and energy for sending are specifically reserved for emergencies, for if they need like immediate direction from the Oberkommandant in the Imperial City, things like that. Short things that need answers quickly. They can't really use one of those limited slots to send a personal message.
All right. And that probably would extend to spying on one's baby brother.
That would also extend to spying on one's baby brother. Also, they don't believe, like they are opposed to divination. So, like, looking at something way over there, they'll make an exception for looking now at what's happening in a military situation. Anything that has to do with like looking into the future, they're nope. Not gonna do.
No, I actually asking someone to scry on him without knowing that's what I'm asking for, because that's what I had Kelpier do.
Yeah. There's a lot of discomfort around the question.
All right.
Okay.
Quit
and cool. I think that was everything on your list. If you want to add something, I'm going to go ahead and shift to hit some other people.
Sorry, I took up a lot of time. Sorry, guys.
That's fine.
Jenny, I took the whole episode.
Who else is ready with their 2 days of prep?
I got some stuff.
Yeah, Vera.
3 things. Thing number 1, I probably noticed that Talia goes and has lunch or whatever it is with Garrett. I'm just going to assume I noticed that since I'm the one in charge of the food. Do I kind of...
I would actually have asked Vera for like some extra special stuff to take because he hasn't been eating.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I tell at this point the depths of her crush?
Give me an insight check.
How serious is this? Okay. Insight.
Those- these.
Don't worry, Liliana is not going to tell on you.
What?
Oh, come on. 7.
Ooh.
I don't figure it out.
You could re-roll that.
The
I could, and I'm going to.
shit.
Hey, sorry.
I was gonna have some fun with that natural 1 insight check.
Watch me roll another one.
Go for it.
Ooh, much better.
It was not in the tray.
What? Really?
So it's not in the tray.
Come on. I don't know how that wasn't.
I'm so
No, it's not
sorry.
showing up in the log.
Sometimes they hit, and sometimes they rolled the same thing.
Okay. Talia, how bad is it?
It's bad. It's
Okay.
real bad.
Okay. I might have to have a talk with Talia. We don't have to do it today, but
But
Here-
also,
she's gonna say.
Talia is absolutely fucking terrified.
Okay.
She is
Yeah.
scared to death because this is something she has never in her life wanted, ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. All
I
right.
would just like to encourage you all to go back to episode, I think probably 2, to when Jenny looked straight at the camera and went, Talia is asexual. Fast forward, and now she's full on crush. It's
It's not the
Yeah.
same thing as being
It's
aromantic.
not.
I know. I'm aware. I'm just enjoying the development of that particular.
That's where the terror comes from, is because Talia is asexual.
Okay.
So Vera spends some time thinking about what she's gonna say, but that doesn't have to happen. I'll just think about it. We have a battle to think about.
Okay.
Second thing is in reference to said battle, Vera is going to see if there is anywhere in this camp essentially a bolt hole. Like if things go super duper south, is there somehow she can get the group out and, barring the group, herself and Talia out?
Roll an investigation check, and I will give you advantage on this because learning the layout both of the camp and kind of the defenses in the surrounding area is one of the things that you went through with the Legion when you guys took level 5, I think. You were specifically training with them. So yeah, I'll give you advantage on that.
Cool. Investigate.
An 18. Places to hide, places to
get out.
Your best bet, right? Everything would depend on the direction that the enemy is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
You're assuming that the plateau, going down the plateau, probably not your best bet.
Mm.
Your best bet is probably out kind of the back slope, which you know has been rigged to collapse.
Mm.
You know that if a sizable force is at the back of the camp, kind of the back of the plateau that descends kind of into the harbor almost, if there's a sizable force there, that will be triggered and drop. And if that happened, there might be enough confusion and dust and whatnot for you guys to slip out kind of after that's fallen, to kind of slide down and possibly escape that way. It's steep, so you're going to need some equipment.
Can I
Can you what?
Can I essentially have like a stash of equipment? Like if we need to bolt, I'm getting yeah.
I was just thinking that. I'm going to go ahead and roll a perception check to see if anybody sees you stashing equipment that can be used to scale the cliff nearby. Nobody rolls higher than your 18 there. So, yeah, you can stash, like you've anchored some ropes in just a few places and then kind of coiled the rest of the rope and like put some rocks on top of it. If you're going to try to look for it in the dark, I'm going to give you a perception with advantage, and that will override the disadvantage of kind of being in darkness. You've got dark vision goggles anyway, so you will have advantage because you know basically where they are.
Okay.
Cool. So you've got an escape route planned, and kind of sitting from on top of the wall. You've also got a few routes through the city to the wall. If you wanted to get out of the camp and out of this. You can also from here see the ship. The Charon is still in the harbor.
Huh.
And would they? You see a Bremen flag flying from it. The first, you see the First Dawn banner with its bold red colors flying from it, and underneath the banner of the 5th Legion specifically.
Cool. They didn't need
they never needed you.
Right.
Your use was to hopefully negate any need for violence.
So that means my letters haven't gone home yet.
Correct.
Right.
Sweet. Also shit, because that means that what Barrett was feeling was not tied to receiving my letter. Okay, I'm going to shut up now.
Unfortunately.
I'm going to jot down a couple of notes. No. Good.
Final thing.
Nope, that's fine.
I'd like to continue my monthly meditations on the Path of Two Lies. However, this time, I essentially, while I'm doing the mantra, will be keeping up a pretty constant back talk to Gideon in my head.
Okay. Question for Grace. Does Vera intend to take rogue or monk in the next level?
Monk.
Monk. In that case, give me a wisdom check.
Cool.
Give me 2 because you've got 2 nights to kind of do this.
Right. Okay. I usually roll like crap on these, so we shall see. Was that or no?
No, that was not in the tray. Sometimes it's weird.
Sometimes it's weird. Ooh, that was better.
Cool. What are we looking at time-wise here? You know what? This will work.
Okay, there's an 18 and a 21 and a 13.
Yeah. Okay. Where do I have you? Okay. Vera. You know what? We'll resolve this in a minute. Let me get everybody else. Guth and Liliana, preparations for the upcoming battle.
Let's see. I had 2 things. What was it? I want to hunt around and see if I can find any information on when the Dragonborn hegemony started. Like what it started, because I know that I died before it started, and so I kind of want to get a grasp of a timeline.
Yep.
But apparently everybody in our group rolled extraordinarily low on their history checks of when history happened. So I want to look around and see if I can find any dates, whether it's with people who are smart or if I can find any kind of old books or scrolls or just basic history books.
Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh, I'm good at those. I think. Am I? Yes, I'm
You
very
could be.
Dirty
Cool.
20.
I'll roll a history check with advantage, and I'll go ahead and give the modifier of one of these wizard here people.
Josh, we can still see your rolls. I just wanted to let you know that.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
I've got nothing to hide.
The transparency is real.
Intelligence. Okay, so we're going to add a... Okay, so they are not trained in... Oh, they are. Oh, there it is. Okay. History plus 7. Yes. That's a 16 plus 7, so 23. Yeah, you find one of the Hexen that's apparently likes to spend their free time reading history. The hegemony rose out of the Draconic Civil War in the year 4221.
Oh wow, I'm over 1,000 years old.
So you died 1,144 years ago.
Years ago. Okay.
He tells you this history is spotty. Right, you're going back 1,000 years in a roughly medieval era.
Okay.
There was some kind of conflict that what was then a Dragonborn Confederacy of Tribes was embroiled in with somebody else.
Okay.
Halfway through the conflict, the Confederacy falls into a civil war, out of which rises the hegemony, whose victory was so total that the history doesn't even really tell you who the Confederacy was fighting in the first place.
Hmm.
Cool.
Can I remember anything about that?
At the moment, from your conversation with this person who was calling you Thrall, which you definitely get the sense that's not a name. That's a title. Not a title is too dignified for what Thrall means. Like a thrall is basically someone whose will you to some degree control. It is
someone.
No.
Me a thrall.
No, you are the controlled one.
Oh.
Your thralls are those people whose will is enslaved to you to some degree.
Okay.
Yes, Talia, it means she's his bitch.
Talia knows a few things about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, being a thrall, not a great thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't recall though anything about like that time or who's talking to me or anything along those lines.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So this person who has you somehow enthralled, and you're not sure what the extent of that is. You cannot feel the influence. You get the sense from that conversation that they have your memories. They took them from you, but it was a really hasty job, and they realized that they took a little bit too much, to the point where you couldn't even remember what your task was. So that's kind of what you have to work with. Your memories are no longer behind this wall of trying to figure out what they are. What you've been doing the whole time is trying to forge a contact with that person.
Okay.
The DC this time was an 18. It was an 18. Next time it's a 17, and kind of the more you forge this, that difficulty will decrease.
Okay, interesting.
So, in preparation for battle, you learn that you're over 1,000 years old. How about that?
Yeah, it's a party. I also want to go and spend some time in the bathhouse where I work. A, making money, B, talking to the soldiers to kind of get a feel of what's coming. Trying to kind of understand like what exactly we're up against, kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, they tell you basically a little bit after sundown, when the only illumination is the red moon. They come swarming up the ramp. They try to climb the cliffs behind them. The last fight, the casters estimated 7,000 to 10,000 of them.
All right.
For context, the Legion has, at this point, I actually have an exact number. I can't remember where it is, so I'm not going to waste time pulling it out. But they are a few hundred down from their full complement of 5,824. So
Okay.
we're looking closer to like 53 to 5,500 Freeman soldiers left.
Okay. Awesome. I will relay this information to the rest of the crew over the next couple days.
So you guys have this information. You also learn. No, you'll learn that later because it's. Guth, what preparations do you want to make? And then we need to move into a scene with Vera because she rolled high. It is the night for rolling high on wisdom.
Woo!
Okay, I'll speed through mine so we can get to Vera. Well, so pretty much the night of, we'll kind of like spend the rest of the day after the fight, kind of nursing wounds and everything. And the night of, I'll go to the tent of the barbarians, which I live there, so it's not weird.
They are packing up what few things they have.
Oh, so we're on the same page. You should leave.
Yes, I'm sorry. This is Brahm. So different. We are sorry, Guth. It is not our intent to abandon you, but your path is different from ours. Whether the spirits have refused to choose you or you have something different ahead of you, either means a parting of ways. And in our absence, the echo is probably suffering. We cannot wait longer with the spirits we have with us.
Yes, that's what. Okay, we were all raised the same way. You know our laws. You need to go. There must always be 3 leaders. Another law that he who must lead, and I gesture at Tarug, and I say, must kill the former. And I tap myself. I said, so you must lead. There will always be 3 leaders. The Pathfinder goes before and forges the echo's path. The ferryman goes between and keeps the echo strong. And the shepherd ranges behind and will be the last one out. Therefore, you, the ferryman, and he gestures at Yvester and Brahm, ferryman, you will keep them strong. You must go back. The Pathfinder, and I punch Tarug right in the chest. You go before. All of you have gone before. But I, the shepherd, will be the last one out. I must stay behind and find the other spirits. You must go.
Tirug and Yvester kind of come in, right, grasp an arm and like arms around heads, foreheads all in, and Brahm goes, Guth, you realize the shepherd usually dies. It is, and Tirug and Yvester just grab him and pull him in. And kind of in this kind of sort of embrace, right? All of the rivalries, the kind of any tension, whatever, kind of falls away from all of you as kind of the gravity of this moment and like what faces your echo in the future kind of sweeps all of that away for the moment, right? And just a few moments, right? It all comes sweeping back afterwards, but it's just kind of one of those moments that you all share. And your druid friends leave you. transform into various small and difficult to notice creatures, and leave
Right
you
before
there.
they go,
Yeah.
Brahm, the shepherd, does die, and I think we all saw that today. But there is one more law. It's that the whelp must be raised by the mother. And I just whip a rock at him. I just throw a rock right at him.
Attack roll with advantage.
Yeah, I'll make so 2 attacks, right? Nice.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, that was an accident. Anyway, yeah.
You guys
So
are all standing on like a corner of the wall as and like Ivester and Tirug have already transformed and kind of like crawled over the wall, and Brahm kind of turns and looks at you with confusion, and the rock just hits him dead in the eyes, and he just topples backwards off the wall, and you can hear like squirrel claws skittering on the wood below.
Nick,
and then I'll just point at Ivester and I'll just be like, right, you got them, right? Raised by the echo of the you see the joke? You see the joke? It was like, gotcha.
The pine marten that is sitting like on the post of the wall looks at you, kind of. Oh, you're a druid. Kind of like not does this weird thing with her head that when my cat does it, I associate with good humor. And kind of goes and darts off down the wall.
I will as they go away and right as they're getting on the edge of earshot, I'm just gonna let out just the loudest roar that I can. Just give them. I'm gonna turn into the I'm gonna turn into the goat jaw to what the closest I get, so the bear,
Yeah.
and I'll just give just tattoos flaring the loudest roar I can.
Give me a Constitution check. With advantage.
Okay. 13.
Your roar echoes down from the walls and across the city, and you see the 3 shapes kind of stop, turn for a moment, and then peel on out of sight. Okay. Anything else you would like to do in preparation?
On a less somber note, I'd probably just like eat a lot. Like I'm tired. I'd spend a lot of time in the mess hall. Probably like, like I'd eat my first bowl and then I'd walk straight up to the counter and I'd like look at people if they're like, "Hey, you cupped me." And then I would just,
roll a charisma check.
also Josh, good job getting rid
one.
of all the extra NPCs.
Oh, a 1. Cool. The person you cut is definitely one of the guys with like bruises on their face,
no.
and I mean it's not a natural one, but you're not making any new friends, but you eat a lot. Okay.
And then I'll spend any moment just kind of like with seeing that Ma likes to cook. I'll just be like, "Oh, you like cooking? I love to cook. I like to like field dresses, all kinds of like new meats and stuff, and like it's all about the spicing,
I agree entirely.
Do you mind if I help? There's kind of like some stuff
Please,
from like
use
yeah.
the assistance.
Yeah, I grab from like a really just a bag, probably made of the same material as my loincloth, just like a handful of what just looks like kind of dust, just like old plain herbs, and just it probably I can roll to see if it tastes good. But
for just the kicks and all of the giggles. Absolutely.
I'll roll just do you want me to roll percent? I'll just roll a d20. Percentile is hard.
Oh no! Vera, with a natural 1, how long does it take him for you to kick him out of the kitchen?
Um,
There's Honestly, an angry mob is starting to form.
Not long.
Cool.
It's just like a lot of salt. Like I just immediately like anything she had made like this beautiful fillet and just jerky. Like that was my because like that's what you do in the
Absolutely.
yeah.
And your tribe, your echo does not range near the sea, and there is not a lot of salt availability. So like it's amazing to you. When you've got these you've got a bunch of legionaries who are not happy.
Frame it like I'm gonna frame it that this is very special for you, so you should save it for yourself. Like, do not share it with these jerks. This is yours.
Now get out of my
That's
kitchen.
not how the
before I
echo
do-
works.
All right.
Do you give him like extra salt? Do you just like give him like stacks of saltpeter for him to use so that he can have more salt?
I'm trying to teach him the true message of selfishness.
Selfishness is a literal crime in my culture. So
It really is. It really is.
We're gonna have a talk.
But Guth isn't here to screw up your community. He's all about community. His is just really different than yours. Okay, so that will bring us to the close of our preparation. But Vera, you rolled. Okay, Vera, you are meditating. Doesn't matter which night. If you like, we'll call it kind of this last night right before the battle. I assume, right, Liliana is there. You guys kind of meditate still together. And you get to that familiar place where whatever other noises are happening around you go silent. Everything is silence and darkness. And out of the darkness, you hear, I'm gonna move closer so that you guys can actually hear me. Tell me, sister, what are the lies? And an image kind of resolves in the darkness, resolves out of the darkness in front of you. One of your masters at the Shadowed Mount is sitting lotus style, eyes closed, directly in front of you. And you can feel your eyes are closed. You are still seeing him. And his eyes are definitely closed, but his face is tracking yours.
Is it my favorite monk? Is it Sister Cadmium?
It is not Sister Cadmium. This is the human male monk, kind of long, wispy, gray beard that took charge of Vera's meditation training.
Oh.
I believe that lack of hope is a lie.
And the second?
That we of the Shadowed Mount have no role to play in the present.
Jocasta would be so proud.
Because what else is there?
Interesting propositions. Let us see if they bear the ring of truth. And the darkness recedes around you, and you are both sitting on the smooth gray flagstones of the courtyard on the Shadowed Mount. The colonnades all around, you can see them kind of through this weird cloudy mist, like kind of around 3/4, and then 1/4 of kind of this otherwise perfect rectangle area kind of drops off into that cliff that looks out over the ocean. But right now it just drops into clouds. and missed. He stands up and drops into a fighting stance.
Oh God.
What do you do?
I'll do likewise.
Okay. He makes no move toward you.
I'll just sit and watch him. I'm not going to attack him.
Okay. He stands there in his stance. You speak of the shadowed mount having a role in the world, and yet in habit and action, you follow it. You wish us to strike. Strike.
I'll throw a punch.
Cool. Give me an attack roll. Just your monk unarmed attack.
Okay. Let's see. I think that's just plus dex. Wait, no. Yeah.
Will also be plus your proficiency because you is monk.
Because I monk. Ooh.
Monk.
Total?
Plus 7, 23.
23. Phew. You leap forward and slam your fist into kind of his sternum, and he stumbles a couple of steps back. You have, I think you can do, what are your monk capabilities at this point?
As only a level 1, I
Ooh.
can attack again as a bonus.
You can, okay. And I think because you can also add your dex bonus to the damage, right?
Yes.
Because, okay, cool. Yeah, go ahead and roll the second attack.
Because monk.
Yeah. This will be also plus 7.
Okay. This one, so you punch him in the chest, and he kind of falls back just a step, a momentary advantage, and kind of your kick comes in, he grabs your foot, and his hand is wreathed in flames, and he just grabs it and flips you. You kind of roll into the air and land on your back. You take 6 points of fire damage. Turns quickly into defeat. At rest and in calm, we are strong. It is his turn. He drops into a stance and waits for you.
I am going to take him at his word and just lie there on my back and keep looking at him in the eye.
He drops the stance and starts walking around you. Yet again, you fall to inaction. You give up on your so-called lies so easily.
You mistake watching and waiting for inaction.
True, watching is an action, but you place yourself in danger. Contemplation, and he just suddenly kind of drops down into like a horse stance and just wham down on your head.
I was waiting for.
Yeah, that's a lot. So you're gonna take. You take 13 points of bludgeoning damage. And that's just the unarmed punch. Okay.
Did he have, which I was looking for,
But yeah.
did he have,
have what?
did he have a tell when he was about to attack?
I'll give you an insight check in just a second. As he kind of crashes his fist down on your face, and your head like bounces off of the stone beneath you, he says, "But contemplation is done at a distance. When you are in the thick of it, you act." And kind of that that word is like ringing in your already ringing ears as you look for a tell. Give me an insight check with advantage.
Ooh, no.
25. That beats a very hard DC. Yes, he is far better trained than you are. But you are trained enough to notice a couple of vulnerabilities. If you would like to attack, you will have advantage. You have advantage on your next round of attacks.
I will use that.
Okay. You kind of kick your legs back up into standing. Give me your 2 attacks.
First one, so these are 27.
26 definitely hits. Second attack.
Yep.
2 26s. Yeah, give me you flip up and you actually, you know what? Give me damage for you've hit him 3 times. So yeah, give me 3 damage rolls so far.
It's only a D4, I think. Plus, and then 4 times 3.
Yeah, so it'll be 3d4 plus 3 times your dexterity though.
So this will
which
be
is 12.
Yeah.
Holy crap. So 24 points of damage? 23.
Yeah.
A level 1 monk just did 23 damage. I guess in 3 hits.
In 3.
Cool. Well, you should roll a 4, 4, and a 3 on the damage. Cool. Okay, yeah. You throw yourself up, slam him twice. This one of those punches seems to hurt him. And he kind of looks up, smiles a little bit. Cadmium has not yet trained that one out of me. Full flurry of blows on you.
He's hitting a 17, which will hit. I don't know.
What is he hitting?
The class is 17.
17. Well, the first one's going to miss with a 15. Second one definitely hits. So you know it's coming. Duck the first punch. The second one kind of doubles you over. Third attack with a kick. 14. Tries to sweep your feet, and you manage to jump. And you can see as his leg cuts under you, it is wreathed in flames that leave just kind of small ones across the ground in the wake of his foot. So he only hits you once. You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage. That's kind of one of those do double you over, and it is your turn.
All right, I'm trying to math. 19 plus 14 is 23. Wait, nope.
19 plus 14 is...
Yeah, I think I got 1 hit point.
33.
Oh, gotcha. So
yeah.
So you're at 1?
Yeah.
Okay. It is your turn.
I will watch him for his tells again and hit him twice.
Give me an insight check.
It won't be as high, but let's just hope.
Always a chance.
Yeah, not as high.
He is now aware of the tell that you took advantage of, and he is conscious to correct his technique. So give me your 2 attacks.
1 and 12 plus 7.
2 punches come in, swats one away effortlessly, somehow grabs like around your wrist, fire lances up your arm, and he just kind of wrenches it. So you're kind of bent like that, just looking up at him. Lies! And he takes his other hand and just slams you down to the ground. And Liliana, you are jerked out of your meditation as Vera like skids across the room and slams into the wall behind her.
Like, holy shit, Vera, like, run over.
Monk just astral projected me, kicked me across.
It's very Doctor
Vera.
Strange, like, slams your spirit out of your body, kind of feel. Yeah.
Vera, go ahead and take your monk level for next session.
Okay.
So everybody is gonna grab level 6 once we get to Vreem. Kind of that's the next big achievement here. Vera, I'm gonna give you yours just a couple sessions earlier.
Thank you.
Which will move us to the day of the battle. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set it up, and then we will we'll roll initiative, and then we will pause for next time. And when we come back next time, we'll kind of launch right into it. Okay, let me make sure everything happened that needed to happen in this episode. Cool, awesome, perfect. Okay, where are we here? All right, it is the end of this third day. All of the legionnaires are organized in their squads, in their centuries along the wall, in various places of reserve. You can see out of kind of the workshop area of the camp, several ballista have been wheeled out. And as the light fades and kind of the chatter of soldiers and the sounds of the camp kind of fade away to just that silent waiting, the temperature is uncomfortably warm. Kind of the spring moisture heated by the sun has left the evening muggy and humid, and you sweat just by virtue of being. A strong wind blows dust and leaves and pollen across the camp. The Legion flags can flutter and snap. And kind of a deep melancholy settles over the Legion as yet another battle kind of comes near, and each soldier is kind of drawn inexorably into their thoughts. You guys are stationed as auxiliaries at the gate. So you're not involved unless something kind of gets through the gate. As you stand here kind of in this atmosphere, we'll do this real quick. What are you thinking about kind of as you stand your post? What kind of images or hopes or fears kind of crowd your mind before this starts?
I'm just running through my bolt hole plan.
You are planning for absolute and catastrophic failure. You got it.
Pragmatist.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I'm thinking that this is way too familiar to when I last died. I was on a battlefield.
It really is. Yeah. Okay, Guth, Talia.
I'm standing here terrified, thinking of all of the people that I've lost and the 2 people that I can't bear to lose. And the people at home that are probably already gone. And I will pray hard and futilely, like I have prayed every single time. Except I'll try really hard not to think that it's futile. I will try really hard to hold on to faith that she's there and she cares and she'll listen and she'll help.
Good.
And then also as a side note, Josh, just so as we're going into a combat encounter next time, I still don't have access to any of my cleric stuff because that's what I was really trying to accomplish. It's just first level stuff.
Oh, right, because you do not have a holy symbol.
Yeah, so I don't have access to any of my cleric stuff, and I'm not technically I can't cast any of my wizard spells. Like I can cast spells that I have at 3rd level, but I don't have. Like I'm a nerfed character at this point without the cleric level.
Give me, as you pray, give me a wisdom religion check, and I will give you inspiration.
Okay.
It is a new day. I will allow. Yeah, give me your divination rolls actually, because that could help a lot.
Well, I don't know where. Oh, sorry, that wasn't mine.
So
Okay.
you've got a 10
A 10 and a 2. Okay.
and a 2. Okay.
But I will go ahead and roll for that wisdom check.
I mean, you've got a 50% chance of beating both of those rolls. So give me wisdom religion, and I will give you inspiration. Tack a D8 onto that.
Oh
That is
my
a natural
20.
20.
And I'm gonna add the inspiration just for the heck of it. So that's a 28.
Hell yes.
As you struggle to not think that this is futile, you notice kind of the last of the dying light flicker off the silver in your tattoo. For this fight, for the next 24 hours, we'll say, and until the moon rises again, your tattoo will function as a holy symbol because of your natural goddamn 20.
Yeah.
Thank you, Josh.
Heck yes.
This is fucking cool. D&D. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Booth.
So are we like standing on the battlefield, like we're like 2 minutes away, kind of thing?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. I'll stand there nursing, not nursing. I've spent the time nursing, but I still feel the soreness in my bones from my fight. And I think and I reflect over the shamans as they left, and my horrible dream of the one whose name shall not be spoken. And I kneel down. And I use my mold earth cantrip to make a cave painting again of myself standing on just a pile of undead bodies with my eyes on fire. And I say, I will show you who truly sees. And I'm just going to let out just a at everyone. And just like scream and like start running forward.
Give me a constitution. You start running forward?
Yeah, just towards I'm preparing myself or whatever. I'm like beckoning whatever towards me.
You're facing the inside of a closed gate.
Well, am I not? Can I be on top of the gate then?
If you would like to be up there, yeah, sure.
Sure. I'm facing whatever ghouls I'm seeing that I just drew in my cape. But yes.
You've got it.
Not seeing 19.
19, okay. All right. As you do that, you hear a voice behind you. All right, no, I've changed my mind. I don't want to do this. You hear another voice. No, come on, this is the way. Look, just think about your grandmother. Come on. And you turn and look, and those two half-orcs have apparently elected to step out of their arrest. And actually, the rest of you see these guys for the first time. These guys are dressed like the crew of the Charon. Those people in the cell are the very last remnants of the crew. But these two half-orcs have elected not to remain in their cell. And you can see they're carrying like Legion shields that they don't really know how to carry. And like one of them just kind of like leans it up against the wall and pulls out a second gladius and is like, all right, like I'm a little more comfortable now. And Guth, they stand by you. A couple of very nervous, like kind of shy, like nods at you, meeting your glance for a moment, and then like looking out ahead, like, okay, yeah, we got this. Okay. The last patrols of like Legion patrols kind of start. Yeah.
Oh boy. Everyone's got
Sure. You cast mage armor.
Okay.
Sure, Liliana, I assume you're doing the same.
Yes.
Joji
You can
will
s-
too, if she has it.
Okay, you can, as kind of the last Freeman patrols kind of leave the city and jog. God damn it, people!
It'll be so fast.
I'm trying to create a dramatic end here. Go ahead.
I'm trying to bookend it because I'll have gone through my escape plan in my head, and then I'll sit or stand wherever we are and just kind of hold my wedding ring and say, I love you.
The presence of Gideon has not left. For those 3 days, it has not left. There's some part of you that knows, like, if you just turn your head fast enough, he's going to be right there.
Okay. I'm happy.
Okay. If I was the host, I would mute all of as the last, I don't know why I'm throwing up my arm. The last Freeman patrols kind of filter out of the city and jog up the plateau. The gate kind of opens for them as they come in. And kind of the very last of the sun finally kind of disappears over the horizon, and the only illumination now is the red moon. There are no lights along the wall. The legionnaires are not kind of illuminating themselves. They are just waiting in kind of this red light. And you kind of hear a call go down the line of the wall that's kind of facing down. Light, 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 as it kind of comes down the line. And archers come to the fore, crossbows loaded with flaming arrows. And Guth, you're actually on top of the wall, so you see this. They fire down at those piles of kind of refuse and corpses, which seem to have been treated with some kind of oil because they just go up. There are rows and rows of these now bonfires that illuminate the entire ramp up to the plateau, except for actually, I guess at this point they would have gone out and kind of repaired those.
That pisses me off a lot, but
your rage towers even higher. But you can see the practical part of you sees, like, they're not honoring the dead. They are literally using their corpses as light so that they can kill more of their comrades. Take that as you will. Some time passes until kind of a moan carried by the wind kind of drifts over the camp, and in the distance you can just hear it kind of growing stronger from 1,000 undead throats. Kind of this moan swells, interspersed with the clatter of bones, which, Liliana, strikes you as strange as you hear that. This is supposed to be ghouls. You know that the ghouls are fighting kind of the other types of undead. For this to be the sounds of skeletons and zombies, this is not what was expected. Guth, from the top of the wall, you can see the very outer perimeter of light as the first disordered ranks of this horde of undead, with like minotaur skeletons and zombies towering over the rest as they just flood up this slope. And you hear, "Ballista, first mark, fire!" and head-sized stones just go launching over and smash into the front rank, kind of sending limbs flying. And you all hear Leontia's voice just dominating this whole area. It cuts through and rises above this moan. She says, "Legionary Thekla, tell me of Viamas and the first cleansing." And you see a legionary kind of steps out of line a little bit, right? Fully standing at attention. "Commandant, Viamas carved Estentor, and for this we name him Builder." And kind of a chorus goes up and down the line. All glory to the builders. "Ballista, second mark." The legionary keeps shouting. "He led the defense against the mountain-born, and for this we name him Steadfast." And the chorus, "My brother is my strength. The knee that fails takes 10 with it." "Archers, first mark." The legionary keeps shouting out. And as she does, you can see the legionaries kind of steeling themselves, looking at each other, right? Getting ready. This seems to be a practice. "He fell under the hammer of Breaker Haruk, so that others could live, and for this we name him Fidelar." Chorus, service in the Empire is salvation. Ballista, third mark. Archers, second mark. He lives in the halls of the keepers, where he watches and guides forever. Chorus up and down the line. Watches and guides forever. And Leontia again. Soldiers of the Empire, stand tall in the eyes of your keeper, that your souls may see the shining walls again. Archers, third mark. Guth, you're the only one on the wall. Give me a perception check.
Oh, you gosh darn right I will. Teehee.
Hell yeah.
I'm pretty angry.
You're really angry.
My eyes are on fire, according to myself.
You don't see anything, but Leontia yells, Fifth Legion, and the whole Legion, Gortam! Fifth Legion, Gortam! Fifth Legion, Gortammer! And the undead, kind of shuffling kind of into a run, now slam against the walls, and all of you inside here, boom, and something huge and heavy hits the gate. I would like everybody to roll initiative as something huge is slamming on the gate, but everybody else, two large 8-foot-tall ghosts in just dark spectral attire just kind of come straight through the gates, along with a host of other ghosts. And the legionnaires stationed with you down here are fighting them, and these two tall spirits come straight for you guys. So we'll go ahead and get initiative. I'll record those in just a minute. We're going to go ahead and pause there, and when we pick up next time, we're going to do a whole lot of combat.
And not at a monk level where I can punch ghosts yet.
No, you need to be monk 5, I think.
That's the best when you can punch ghosts. That's my favorite monk level.
Thank you so much for joining us this week. Hopefully back next week. And yeah, this was fun. This was great, guys. There was some awesome role playing. That was fantastic.
That was a lot of good stuff.
Let's hear it for the players.
It
Holy cow.
crazy how much it feels like a week. Like we're counting a week of time. Like
That was great.
Oh gosh. No, thank you, Josh.
Anyway.
This was amazing.
You are all so welcome. Join us again next week. And until then, we hope you are healthy and safe. Thank you so much.
And join Becca at 6:30
And
on
join
Monday.
Becca at 6:30 on Monday. I said it.